6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Any sign of Fester? Have you, Riley, did you see Fester in the hallway?
He was meandering behind me, so I don't know where he went.
Oh, jeez.
Fester?
Here he is. Just, he has the confused. Hey, how the hell did your goatee come back so quickly?
I am of Italian descent.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, goatee.
I just realized, hold on a minute. It was like 2 days ago you were clean shaven, and now you're back to like normal goatee length mode.
I think this is a week.
I don't think it's, well, listen, time is kind of flying.
You know what? It's got good structure, though, for only being around for a couple of days.
Yeah, well.
You know, the clock when we were in like 5th grade versus the clock as an adult.
Yeah.
It's 12 times as fast. No, but dude, last time I looked at you, I thought you were clean shaven, and now the goatee is back.
I think I shaved like on Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and lo and behold, my Italian lineage has kicked in, and not only am I as oily as ever, I am also as hairy as ever. Yes.
I want to dip my bread on Fester.
You can. Hey, you can.
Too early.
You can. All right. Good morning, MJ.
What type of oil is it?
Ew.
It's not extra virgin olive oil, is it?
Nothing on me is extra virgin.
Oh,
wow.
That's not true.
Holy crap. All right, Fester, are you disheveled today? I mean,
No, listen. I have nothing to do with the first 30 seconds of the show. I don't know why you think it's so important to be here on time.
Well,
the first 30 seconds of the show is like, it's the MJ Morning Show.
It's
MJ.
Because it's
MJ.
I don't do that.
Jeez, somebody woke up and chose violence this morning.
No. That's not the case at all.
Michelle's even looking at what's wrong with Fester today.
Listen, first 30 seconds of the show.
Dude, are you on medication that we don't know about?
All right. I don't know what path of comedy you think you're going down. But listen,
no, I'm just
big deal.
Because your behavior's erratic this morning. It's just weird. Listen, the reason why I like people sitting here when we open up the show is because it's distracting. When people are walking in as we're opening up the program, you're plugging in wires. You know, usually your wires are all twisted and you got to like unfurl them. I mean, you create a little bit of a racket when you walk in. It's just nice when listen. Do you want your pilot walking on the airplane?
Nah.
Like 10 seconds? Or
are you comparing this to aviation school? Are you comparing this to flying a plane?
Listen, I'm just saying, do you want your pilot walking on the aircraft like 2 minutes before you take off?
All right, dude.
Would you like the pilots to do the obligatory pre-flight checklist when they make sure that everything is set correctly?
No.
Like the
I don't want that at all. I want every radio show to be like that big bird that rolled over in Toronto.
So you want like
I want everyone like that.
You want it to be like that Delta CRJ 900 from Minneapolis to Toronto?
I don't want to know what's coming. I want to know every day is going to be different. I don't know if this plane's going to land or not.
By the way, I'm flying today, by the way.
Hey, by the way, have a great flight.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm out later today on Spirit.
Yeah, so am I. So let's not put this juju on us.
Wait a minute. Are you on Spirit?
No.
You're on
Frontier.
Frontier.
Yeah.
All right.
Battle of the cheapest airlines. Look at the two of you. Would you guys have a coupon or something?
Well, listen. Hey, I've got a choice of 2 bankrupt airlines to fly to Fort Lauderdale to see my father. Bankrupt airline number 1 is Spirit.
Yes.
And bankrupt airline number 2 is Silver Airways. Now, Silver, they fly the ATR 42s. They've got a couple of ATR 72s in the fleet. But Spirit flies the Airbus 320s. And it just seems that I can always get a much, 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 much cheaper fare on Spirit than I can on Silver. And listen, I got to be honest, I prefer the jet service to the propeller service. But listen, Spirit or Silver, Michelle, we've flown Silver before.
We have.
Yeah, and I didn't have an issue. I thought Silver was okay. But if I have a choice of a jet over a prop and the price is much cheaper on Spirit, I'm going to take the Spirit deal. But, you know, I have a whole story on anxiety. And with the recent spate of the air crashes and incidents, there is something that's happening regarding people's curiosity with air safety. So I'll get to that later on. I've got an item in the pile here about safety. But we brought this up earlier in the week. I have no fear. I don't have any increased anxiety because of the horrific midair collision over the Potomac with the American Airlines commuter jet.
That scares me.
Yeah, I have no fears. I mean, that it was a horrific incident. I don't think that the American Airlines pilots, I don't think that they had any culpability. I think that they were doing their job perfectly. I think they were on short final. They were, they were, 10 seconds away, 15 seconds away from landing that aircraft at Reagan National, at DCA. They were seconds away, and they just got broadsided. It's the equivalent of a car plowing through a red light and broadsiding you when you've got green. That essentially, you got to wait for the whole NTSB investigation to come out, but it's going to be the chopper pilot's fault. And there may be some air traffic control culpability there as well, but I don't think the American Airlines jet, with all those people on board, I don't think that there was anything that the American Airlines crew did wrong.
No, for sure.
And yet you won't go in a hot air balloon.
Okay.
My God, no.
That I won't do.
When's the last time you heard of a hot air balloon crash?
By my house. They fly them by my house, and it literally crashed because my son's obsessed with these. Literally, never, ever. I'm right there with you. Hell no.
Listen,
I mean, 3 airplane crashes, and you'll get on a plane. No hot air balloon incidents that you are aware of until Riley's exposing you right now. And you will not get in a hot air balloon.
I will not. There are two things I won't do, and those that are regular MJ Morning Show listeners, I'm an avid scuba diver. I'm going to be diving in just a couple of weeks in the Philippines. I'm going to be doing 40-plus dives in multiple locations in the Philippines. So I'm a scuba diver. I average probably between 50 and 75 feet is probably the average depth, but I've done... My deepest dive is 212.
Ooh.
Yeah, my deepest dive is 212 in Truck Lagoon in Chuk in the Federated States of Micronesia. That was my deepest dive ever. With deco and staging. And,
deco and staging. Yes, right. What kind of plane did you fly over when you went there? Yeah, please.
I flew.
Oh God, I was kidding.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's being facetious over here.
I flew a 747.
Thank
really?
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what seat did you sit in?
Shut up.
3F.
What was the snack?
All right, but there are two things I won't do. So I'm an avid scuba diver, so clearly I'm not claustrophobic at all. There are two things that I won't do, and one is hot air balloon, because every time you hear about some hot air balloon, it's tangled up in power lines, and the people got electrocuted, or the bucket caught on fire because they hit power line. I will not do hot air balloons, and I will not skydive. So
same.
Yeah, I will scuba dive, but I do not want to skydive. And I'm not afraid of heights at all.
That's too bad, because Fester was organizing an MJ Morning Show skydiving adventure.
Yeah,
weren't you, Fester? We were talking about this the other day.
I would fall fastest, by the way, because of gravity.
I am not. No, that's not true. Objects.
Jesus Christ!
But it's not true.
Okay,
you can drop a boulder and a penny, and they both fall at the same rate.
What is this? The MJ Morning Show science fair?
It's Physics Corner.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
See, and this is what I like—an unpredictable show where I have no idea. I guess I could have guessed you were going to talk about planes, though.
All right, 6:09. No, but seriously, people are afraid of flying right now, and I've got something to show this a little later on. All right, traffic's on, just getting rolling on a Friday. MJ Morning Show back in minutes.
In Tampa, there's an accident on Dillon.
my favorites. My lovely wife, Michelle, who's in studio again today. One of her favorite songs, favorite artists. Remember, we saw Tom Petty just months before he expired.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, we saw Tom Petty at Forest Hills up in New York.
Those are his final words. Being grateful that you got to see him.
What is wrong with you? Shut up. Dude, what's with you? You're just picking at me all
You're
day
sassy
today.
Fester.
You're just picking at me all day long.
This is every day.
Well, okay, more so today than any other day, I think.
No. Tom Petty on the bed. At least MJ and Michelle got to see me.
He did.
Wow.
Will you stop it, please? And that particular song, I Won't Back Down, it's been published, and I know I've read numerous stories that he wrote that song, I believe, with Jeff Lynne of ELO. And that song was written, and remember, they went on to be together in the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
How do I forget?
I saw
Traveling Wilburys.
But do you know that some arsonists burned Tom Petty's house to the ground in, I think, Orange County in Southern California?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I believe that song, I Won't Back Down, was a result of him trying to come to grips with the fact that some arsonist burned his house down.
Yeah.
No, he lost a crap load of memorabilia. Michelle, am I remembering this story?
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wrote it in response to that, obviously.
Did they ever find out who
I
burned
don't
Tom
think they ever
Petty's house
did.
down?
I don't think
I don't
they
think they
did.
did.
Yeah, it was like mid 80s or something, or late 80s, and his house burned down. And it was arson apparently.
He caused the whole Palisades fire.
Wow.
Oh, really? Really?
But
Instead of the Palisades fire, it was the Palisades fire.
back then, yes.
That's pretty funny, actually. But the Palisades deal.
It's terrible.
Maybe too soon.
I mean, I know people that the neighborhood is just block after block after block after block of just ash, just insane. All right, so what's a number worth? And I saw this, and tell me if this is high or low. This is sort of I'm like John Quiones. Kind of like, what would you do? And tell me if this number is a good number. We don't do a lot of sports on this show, but this is sports related. But
Okay.
This
I was like, what do you mean a number is worth, huh?
Yeah, what is a number worth? All right, so if I say sports and a number, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
2.
8.
No, I'm not looking for the exact. I'm looking for the.
While both of you,
I was right there with you, Michelle. I was like,
So,
okay.
Wait a minute. Michelle says 2. Riley, you say 8.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I appreciate the guessing game on both of your behalves. He's obviously looking for 11. No, when you say number in sports, it's the jersey number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking in my head. Is that where you're going, Michelle? Yes. Okay.
So, but the jersey number, to some players, the jersey number is very important.
It's like a superstition
it's a
thing.
lucky number.
Oh my God, yeah.
Exactly. And I get it. You've got a certain number and you got to have that number.
Yeah.
There is a Met story, Juan Soto, who has been signed by the Mets. Big signing.
Yes.
So Juan Soto, who was pulled in by the New York Mets for a whopper of a deal, a $765 million contract. All right, so Juan Soto, now a Met, $765 million contract. In the contract, it said that he would wear the number 22 for the Mets. That's his number. That's what he wanted. He wants 22.
Yeah, you must put it in my contract.
But another player, is it Brett Baty? Baty, who had already been wearing the number before Soto, is giving up the number.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah. So the guy wearing 22, this Brett Baty, I don't know who the hell he is. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. So he was number 22, had to give up 22 in order to give it to the incoming Juan Soto with the massive $765 million contract.
Yeah, Juan Soto's not just some guy off the street. He's like the biggest signing your team's ever had.
This is the biggest. Yeah. This is the record breaking. This is by far this is the biggest number the Mets have ever paid for a player. Right.
The Mets would cut Brett Batty in a second if he said anything about any of this.
By the way, he's been now knocked down to number 7.
That's a good number.
So
that's my birthday. That's a good number. But that's bad juju to take somebody's number.
No.
Number 7, I think.
Yes. They don't see it that way.
Was number 7 Roger Maris, famous old Yankee? That's what I think.
I mean, I'll take it.
Anyway, so here's the deal. My question is, what's a number worth?
I mean, if I sign a $700 million contract, it's worth a lot more than the guy who just came up from the minors.
Hey, don't short shrift this. 765.
Oh, apologies.
Because listen, just 60. Take the 700 out. Just $65 million is a shitload of money.
I mean, $1 million is a lot of money for me, but I'm just like, you can't take somebody's number. Like every time they scored on that number, that's like their magic. You take their number, you're taking their magic.
All right. So here's where I get back to what I was saying. What's a number worth? And this is a private transaction. Now, I don't think that Juan Soto owed the former 22, this Brett boy. I don't think that Brett was technically owed anything.
Yes, he was.
Well, listen. Juan Soto, the incoming Met with the record-breaking contract, gave Brett a $92,000 Chevy Tahoe.
Okay.
As a thank you. And even on the back window of the Tahoe, you know that like window paint that, the just married kind of stuff, or when the kids are graduating from high school and it's like class of 2025 and they put it on the back window of the car. So on the back window of this brand new Chevy Tahoe, they had written "Thank you for number 22."
Oh, see, that's rude.
Yeah.
I don't like that part.
Oh, you don't like that?
It's kind of like a slap in the face. Like, I'm going to give you this car. Thanks for your number. And I'm going to write it on the car. I don't like that.
So, again.
And I would say thank you for the $100,000 truck. Keep the number, sucker.
So I'm also asking, is that enough? So you sign a $765 million deal. The other dude has to give up the number. I don't think Juan Soto owed him diddly dick, all right, or squat. But bottom line is, he did get a little gift, but is that enough? Is $92,000 worth of Chevy Tahoe truck? Is that cheap if you just signed the $765 million, or is that a nice gesture?
I mean,
I think we're being all bougie here. $100,000 car. That's
it's a pretty nice
It's
gift.
$92,000. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, let's be honest. Did he really have a choice on giving up the number?
Right.
I mean, it was give up the number or you're fired.
Hey, you guys.
And guess what he got?
Yeah, guy who we never heard of before. Give up your number now.
Can I also ask, when the hell did a Chevy Tahoe become $92,000?
Right?
All right, so hold on. There's different trim levels on these things.
I know.
They get pretty fancy.
I know.
Tom Brady came to town when he came to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Godwin had number 12.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
And
did Godwin get
a new car?
No, he got a Super Bowl ring. But yeah, he gave up number 12, and now he changed to number 14. There's a history, MJ, of players paying or doing things for numbers.
That I know, because there have been players that did not have it in the contract that they get the number, and they've tried to like weasel the number or incentivize somebody to give the number to them, like a little private deal. I will give you. I know I can't come up with anything specific, but I know I've heard of those stories in the past where a player will try to bribe another player to give up a number.
Oh, well, thank God for Google, because they have a bunch of them.
Oh, really?
Really?
Eli Manning sent one of the players to a week-long Florida vacation for number 10 back in the day.
That's it? That is a cheap-ass trade.
Listen, it was a different time. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gerald McCoy, former Buccaneer defensive lineman, paid $250,000.
Whoa, hold on, what?
This is according to Google. I don't have any confirmation.
Hold on, who's this?
Gerald McCoy. He was a first-round draft pick from the Buccaneers, I don't know,
Hold on,
20 years ago. 15
Buccaneers?
years ago. Yeah, Gerald McCoy was
I don't remember him.
he was in the He was in the lull between the Super Bowls years.
All right.
But anyway,
hold on. Andrew says, really nice guy. What freaking interaction did you have with Gerald McCoy?
I think I met him at a Lightning game.
yeah.
Hey, look at you.
All right.
Joe McCoy's like, get out of my way.
I'm sure Gerald McCoy then is a very, very nice
guy.
What is Gerald McCoy doing today?
He actually is a commentator, I believe, on, is it the NFL Network?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw him. I've seen him on
very
TV
good.
very recently.
Very good. He's not saying, welcome to Arby's, may I take your order, please?
Unless he owns 300 of them. No, he's not.
No, I'm happy to hear that then.
But Darrell Revis, who former Buccaneer player again, paid safety Mark Barron, what was that, $50,000 for his number 34?
Wow.
So players in the past have been very generous. These are all football players.
There's a name I know, Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, it's right in front of you.
I'm sitting it up. What do you do? I don't know.
Also, can you tell us anything other than what is in front of you?
Yeah.
I can't at all.
So Donovan McNabb paid Vikings punter Chris Cluey $5,000 for the number 5. Oh,
That's cheap.
That is cheap ass right there. Are you serious?
I didn't even know Donovan McNabb played for the Vikings. So.
$5,000.
He was a punter, though.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you're a punter? Yeah.
All right, so that's why I asked, what's a number worth? And apparently, in the case of the incoming record-breaking salaried Juan Soto, it's a $92,000 Chevy Tahoe. All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. When we return in minutes, it's Morons in the News, everyone's favorite feature, and it's therapeutic because if you're having a crappy day, crappy week, if things just aren't going your way, when you hear these Morons in the News story, you'll think that you're tap dancing on twinkle dust, okay? Because the morons will make you feel a whole lot better. Next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Stand by. Early morons in the news today. I'm sorry. I got to apologize. It's a bit of a violent pile.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's weird violent.
Good
wow.
combo.
Yeah. Listen to this headline. Judge shot wife during spat about money while drinking and watching Breaking Bad.
Well, good morning.
Yeah, that's the kind of judge I want to be in front of.
Oh, but can you imagine that? Oh, little Walter White. Walter gets all flustered, throws the pizza on the roof of the Albuquerque house. And then the judge, whips out a gun and shoots the wife. Oh, my God. California judge on trial for murdering his wife. Told cops that he shot her during an argument about money. By the way, number one answer on the board. What couples fight about?
What is it?
Survey says money!
Yeah.
Money, number one answer on the board. Hang on, let me do my stupid Steve Harvey face.
That's accurate.
It is. He only has like 5 tricks there.
Yeah.
It's the same shtick over and over again.
Still the funniest man around. Listen, number two.
Man, I just want to know how they got all those teeth in his mouth, man.
They're, they're large.
Well, listen, the deal is that humans are born with 32 teeth. It looks like he has 64 teeth in there.
Agreed.
Absolutely. All right, this is a nutso story. California judge on trial, murdering his wife, told cops that they got into an argument over money while he was drinking and he was watching Breaking Bad.
Was he inspired by the show or something like that?
I don't know. Like maybe there was a Gus Fring scene or something. Or
Maybe.
I don't know. Orange County Superior Court. I mean, if you have a judge doing this, holy crap.
Right?
Orange County Superior Court Judge Jeffrey Ferguson, 74, had been drinking and arguing with his wife, Cheryl, while out to dinner. And then later inside the family home, it's back in 2023, he's on trial now, when his wife dared him to point a gun at her.
Oh, come on.
Well,
whose fault is it now?
No. Don't you dare blame
Whose
her for
fault is
saying
it
that.
now? You
Don't
never
do
say
that.
dare.
I dare you to point a gun at me.
Nope, I'm not going to do it.
Which he did. He took her up on the dare.
I mean, you don't dare people.
The judge pulled a loaded gun from an ankle holster
That's
wow.
right. That's right, Judge.
and fatally shot the wife while the son looked on.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
come on.
All right, now he's 74. I doubt the son was 4 years old and is
Okay.
traumatized. I'm sure the son is in his 30s or 40s, right?
Does
If
not
he's-
really matter.
If he's in
Yeah.
his 70s, might be in his 50s for all we know. But listen, MJ, if you dare somebody, what is she thinking?
I mean, especially if you're daring somebody that has a gun already on them.
I'm thinking, doesn't she know that?
Right.
So he's on trial, and what's come out is that he said, I killed her. He's heard on a police body cam video. He then sent a message to his court clerk and bailiff and said, I just lost it. I just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow.
Wow. What?
What the hell?
Where's your mind, friend? Like, what?
It's actually a very concise message that relays exactly what happened.
You're concerning me, Fester.
Listen,
Really, you
well,
are.
it does. It actually does detail the
I mean,
situation.
it really is a very accurate. I mean, if you have one sentence to write after you shoot your old lady, it's, I lost it. I shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow.
Or not write a text message at all.
Well, you have to tell the bailiff. What,
You
you
might
have
want to be checking on your wife to maybe see if you can CPR.
She's dead.
Can you imagine? I just lost it. I
God.
just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow. I will be in custody. I'm so sorry. You know what?
Wow.
That frigs up the docket.
Oh my God.
That messes up the docket. You know what? Might have to continue a couple of cases.
Maybe.
What if you're like on jury duty, or they call you for jury duty that day, and the judge shoots his wife the night before?
Dismissed.
Great news to those people.
There's another jury that's going to have to be picked a couple of years down the road.
Wow.
That is insane. Defense attorney Cameron Talley said during opening statements that Ferguson made a gun gesture with his hand during the couple's dispute over money, and his wife teased him into pointing a real gun. So he's doing gun finger. She's teasing him, and that gets him to grab his real gun from his ankle holster. And then, you know what's really important here? I would love to know what season, what episode of Breaking Bad he was watching.
Same.
Was it the pest control ruse with the meth house?
Oh.
What the hell?
Why is this going to trial? It seems like he's confessed.
The judge who had 47 weapons in his home.
John, oh my God.
And 26,000 rounds of ammunition.
That's America right there for you.
I don't have a problem with that.
As I said, it's America.
I don't have a problem with that.
That's America right there. Ew, get my guns.
Wow. Then pointed the real gun at his wife, pulled the trigger, which he claims was by accident.
Right.
Did he have any T-shirts or signs that said you could take my gun out of my cold dead hand or anything like that?
Both he and his adult son, Philip, called 911. The son then took the gun away from his father and jumped over the couch to perform CPR on the mom. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. That's insane.
Dang.
Yeah. So he was released on $2 million bail. And
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He sent people a text message saying that he did it.
Yeah.
And then they let him go on bail.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on.
I guess they determined he wasn't a flight risk. That's unbelievable. All right, so that's wacko story number one. All right, number two. Hold on. There was one other one that I think I lost. Hang on.
You got it?
Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. I was back in there. So this is out of Florida, this one. This is out of Hialeah. You know, a lot of crazy crap happens in Hialeah as well. You know, the Tampa Bay area, we get a lot of stuff. I mean, Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Polk County, Pasco. We get some crazy crap here. But also, if you're looking for another Florida hotspot, Hialeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, down in the Miami area.
Don't sleep on that town.
A husband killed his wife with a homemade bomb inside her car after they got into a verbal altercation.
What?
So he blows her up in the car. Shocking footage shows the moment a car exploded down in Hialeah. Targeted by her husband, the woman passed away. Doorbell footage obtained by NBC6 down in Miami shows the car was parked on a road in Hialeah when it erupted into a fireball back on Feb 1.
I'm still stuck on the homemade bomb. How do you not notice your husband's making one of these things in your house?
They obviously have communication issues.
Obviously.
I mean, she hasn't checked on him in a couple of days.
The couple had been arguing inside the car, and the suspect's wife tried to get out but was unable. Moments later, the husband got out, allegedly set off the homemade explosive device near the vehicle, and the wife was found inside.
Ugh.
I mean, did he have the homemade bomb handy?
Were you just carrying it in your pocket?
Exactly.
Waiting for the next argument? Oh, you want to argue with me? Boom. Like what? Right.
Let me go inside and get something, honey. You wait right here.
Don't
move.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
All right, so a couple of disturbing morons in the news stories here on the MJ Morning Show.
A little bit.
All right, next. Amazon delivery van strikes woman. Hit and run, just takes off.
Yeah, of course. What did you expect? They have deliveries. They have deliveries to make.
Hey, I've got Prime deliveries. Is that?
Yeah.
Lord.
Have you ever gone on the Amazon app and it says how many stops away the driver is?
6 stops, 7 stops. Yeah, I've seen that.
My wife has delayed us going out by only 6 stops away. We can't leave just yet. I want to wait for my package. 2 stops away, and then the package comes. I mean, you don't want to see your 5 stops away. Amazon driver hit somebody and stopped.
Yeah, this happened.
Bring me my stuff.
Hey, Riley, this happened up in your neck of the woods. This is in a Baltimore suburb.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, Amazon delivery driver caught on video plowing down a woman that was crossing the street and then speeding off.
They don't mess around in Baltimore at all.
You know, that's really rude. You know, the Amazon logo has that little smiley face thing kind of under, you know. It's really from A to Z is what that means. If you notice, the arrow runs from underneath the A to the Z, so Amazon, and that's supposed to be that, hey, Amazon has everything from A to Z is what that apparently means. And then the person drove off. Happened early this week, Tuesday night, suburb of Baltimore. 29-year-old woman was crossing the street, and video shows the Amazon truck moving forward when the green light appears. As the woman was struck, she lets out a shriek, and the Amazon driver slowly drives on top of her, dragging her along.
Oh, my God.
As the van moves, drags her along. Making matters worse, the driver briefly stops after running her over, only to roll over her again. So, hold on. Rolled over her with the front wheels, stops, and then continues, and then rolls over her again with the rear wheels.
Wow.
You kind of have no choice. I mean, there are 2 sets of tires. I mean, you hit them once.
Jiminy Christmas.
My God.
I thought he was going to go back and check on her. It's like, nope, we're just going to make sure you're still hurt. Wow.
The Amazon driver finally steps out of the van as the woman continues to cry in agony. Shockingly, after briefly assessing her images, gets in the Amazon van and takes off. All right, so thank God there were good Samaritans and witnesses that immediately rushed to the woman's assistance.
Probably some UPS narc.
But this is what's amazing. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Really?
But I'll tell you what. Hey, Jeff Bezos, get ready to strike a freaking check.
Mm-hmm.
Man, put me on that jury.
She's canceling Prime
today. Yeah. Oh, man. Put me on a jury in this case right here. Holy crap. So she was taken to the hospital. As for the driver in question, an Amazon spokesman says, quote, "This is a terrible incident, and the driver in question has been suspended."
What?
Good.
Just suspended?
Good. That's some swift action.
He'll be back on Monday. But,
you know what? I believe he would. Watch.
But guess what? He was doing his deliveries. The rest of the customers down the street are happy. They got their packages.
That's all they care about.
Yep.
I ordered a spatula at 2 p.m., and it was promised between 6 and 10 p.m.
You do love that same day service.
It is great, though.
You know, there's some things that you can get within hours. Yes. So I don't do a lot of Amazon ordering. No. Like for me, the last thing that came via Amazon, I'm trying to remember.
I cannot even recall.
I do everything.
Yeah. Listen, I think Jeff Bezos is rich enough. All right. So, and I'm a very, very intense capitalist.
Yeah, MJ's a much bigger fan of enriching the Waltons.
All right. So... Dude, you're snarky today.
He is so sassy.
Yeah, he is sassed up good.
Listen, I'm a pistol every day.
I mean, I get it, but today you're sassy sauce over there.
But I have not done a lot of Amazon ordering recently. It's been maybe over a month and a half, 2 months since I last had an Amazon delivery that I ordered. However, there are some items where, you know, it's the next day or it's 2 day, or if it comes from a third party on Amazon, sometimes it can be longer. But I've had stuff, I've had same day Amazon deliveries. And I remember we talked about this, the fastest that it's ever come. And Michelle, do you remember what it was? I ordered something like in the last 2 years, and it was same day, and it was like delivery between 2 and 6 p.m. And I want to say that I had it in like 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think probably some wires or something that you needed like before you traveled, and you found them quicker on Amazon than you could go to the store to get it.
I got in the right cycle where it must have been given to the driver like almost immediately, and then he was hitting the road, and then geographically, our street was one of the first stops. I once ordered, and I had something to the door in 48 minutes.
I have a conspiracy theory about this.
What's
because
that?
That happened to me once with like nail polish, and I got it within 30 minutes, ordered it again the same week later, and it didn't get there until the next day, even though it was supposed to be within 2 hours. I think they tease you with that.
No.
Oh.
No.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy living in your attic.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
That's Riley, by the way, just kind of hanging out with us. Also, Michelle and Fester. All right, early morons in the news, 6:52 at the MJ Morning Show. We start the 7 o'clock hour next. Now, what are we going to start the 7 o'clock hour with in minutes? Fester's being an ornery bastard today.
You son of a bitch.
And hang on a minute. Hang on. Fester and Michelle have a disagreement over what's funny. I got to hear this. Fester and Michelle are having a disagreement over content. Michelle thinks something is very funny, and Fester says no. And I observe.
Are you talking about the thing, Michelle?
I observed this.
Oh.
I observed this interaction during the break.
Okay.
All right. I want to hear a back and forth between Fester and Michelle, and that's going to be next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM Tampa Bay, 6:53. My friends at Weather. Pump up the MJ, pump up the MJ. Pump up the MJ, pump up the MJ. 702 MJ Morning Show, 7 o'clock hours here. A tasty segment now. 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts in about 25 minutes. About 7:25, 7:26 is my target time for that. All right, Michelle and Fester are having a disagreement on content.
I think a disagreement is not accurate. I think that's too low of a word. Something much higher than a disagreement.
It's all out blows.
Get him, Michelle.
This is
Get
a
him.
massive fight over
Great.
comedy.
All right, so Fester and Michelle are having a disagreement over what's funny. All right, who wants to set this up?
I will set it up
All right,
I will let Michelle set it up.
all right, Michelle.
because I'm a note taker.
All right, hold on. Calmly explain what your argument is with Fester at this point.
All right, so last week we had a listener call in, and she shared with us that she was a meth addict previously. She's 14 years in recovery.
Right.
And you were having a conversation with her.
Do you remember
and-
what the whole call was about? Like, what did she call in about? And then somehow during the call, it came out that she was a recovering methamphetamine addict.
I think you were taking calls about what parents could do if they were volunteers, like what you knew about them if they could volunteer. And I think she was somebody. That's what my notes
it was
reflect.
the woman that was an OnlyFans model, and somebody ratted her out. This was
Right.
over in Orlando, Orange County.
Right.
A mother was an OnlyFans model, had a kid like in elementary school, and would volunteer.
Right.
Somebody sent the principal links to her nude photos, and and sent materials. Hey, did you know that so-and-so is an OnlyFans model?
Right.
So the principal told her that, nope, you can't volunteer anymore.
But you took calls.
I took calls
about listeners calling in and saying what would they be comfortable with or how would they feel about the ethical standards.
Yep.
And this woman, I think her name was Cheryl. She called in and shared that she had been addicted to meth and she's 14 years in recovery.
Yep.
Right.
And you had this whole conversation with her. You were asking her like what drugs she used, and then you were very thankful for her calling in and sharing your story. But
Right.
insensitively at the end of the call, you said,
Hold on. Hold on.
Did you say
Did you say insensitively?
I did. I said insensitively.
Couldn't you use the word inquisitively?
No, insensitively.
All right.
You said,
By the way, for the record, my wife is calling me insensitive.
yeah, because I
well.
think this is one of those social disconnects where you're like, oh, by the way, you were like, thanks for calling. Oh, wait, by the way,
Oh,
do you still have all your teeth?
A social disconnect because you and Fester think I'm on the spectrum somewhere?
Oh, we don't know. I think,
I'm not trying to confuse this issue with
we're not.
with other issues.
No.
Okay. All right.
Because Michelle and I agree on that,
I go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
but we disagree about this.
But you asked her, thanks for calling. Oh, by the way, do you still have all your teeth? And I mean, we all kind of laughed, and then, but a listener then texted Fester
Several
a few
listeners-
minutes later and said, "You should at the end of every call or at the beginning of every call say, thanks for calling. Do you have all your teeth?"
So
They thought that would be
that
funny.
ought to be like a catchphrase kind
Yes,
of deal, or
yes.
I ask all callers if you have all your teeth.
Yes.
And Michelle this morning was making like a reminder note for
Yes.
MJ. MJ has a bunch of paperwork in front of him, and you want to be reminded of something. You
Sure.
tape a little note in front of him, and the note. What did the note say, Michelle?
Thank you for calling. Do you have all your teeth?
So Michelle thinks it would be funny, MJ, if for the 25 calls you take on an average morning over the course of a show.
That I end every call with, "Hey, thanks for calling. Do you have all your teeth?"
Yeah. And while it was funny in the moment, I stand against catchphrases or crutches where I don't see how it's funny after the second time. Or how many times does somebody have to say, yeah. Or, no, I lost one in a bicycle accident when I was 12.
But
We're not the dentistry show.
no, but the other callers, they texted you and they said it was funny.
I don't rely.
I cater to the listeners.
I don't rely on listeners to tell me what's funny. No offense. I mean, the same way a chef wouldn't want you to come into the kitchen and say how to cook a steak. You guys went to some fancy schmancy steakhouse last night. You think the chef wanted MJ walking in there saying, you should reduce that butter with the garlic before you put it on the steak?
Tell the chef this is low-grade dog food.
But, I mean, listen, I appreciate people telling me they thought something was funny, and if you have some zany idea, I'll certainly receive it on my text line, but I don't think MJ should ask every caller, do you have your teeth?
Michelle, let me clarify.
Yeah.
Do you want me to ask every caller, do you have your teeth, or just kind of interject it sporadically?
I think you should use it, as needed, like depending on the nature of the calls, right? Like,
That's a completely different idea than what you said earlier. He's like, he needs to ask every caller. And I'm like, no.
Oh, I didn't say it like, I'm going to say now, you can do me normally like that, but this time not.
Listen. Michelle said verbatim, and I'll just read it off the paper with no emotion. He can ask it to every caller.
Well, you can if every call is funny, but if you're taking calls about something that's very serious, then
All right,
obviously you
I'll
wouldn't
tell
want to do
what,
that.
Michelle, I will take your position under advisement. Fester, I will take your position under advisement. And let's see what happens next time I take a phone call here on the MJ Morning Show.
Right.
Let's see what happens when you take the next 50 phone calls. Hey, thanks for calling. Oh, wow. Hey, do you have all your teeth? Okay,
right,
great.
enough,
Thanks.
enough.
All right, follow me on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Next caller, Vicky and
I'm
Valerico.
moving along.
Fester, calm down.
I'm moving.
No, no.
Dude, you're like juicing up your chances of a heart attack.
Stop.
Riley, you picked a good week to come in.
Oh, stop it.
Because if I die.
No, don't manifest that.
Is
Stop.
that right, Riley? It's,
All right.
that's the
So,
facts.
you
Wow.
know what I heard yesterday?
What?
That the American Heart Association has updated the rhythm for doing chest compressions. Remember, like the chest compressions, they
Yeah.
always said that it was
Staying alive.
the Bee Gees staying alive, and it's kind of a double entendre there. Staying alive, staying alive. And you're supposed to do the it's like 120 beats. Google that. How?
I will never get that image out of my head of you doing that.
Staying alive, staying alive. All right,
Oh my
so.
Andrew, pull up the song. Do we have it?
Yeah,
I'm sure we have.
we got Staying Alive, absolutely.
For Q105,
But
we have
the beats per minute for Staying Alive is it like 122 or something? Do CPR, beats per minute,
BPM.
Bee Gees. Beats per minute, Bee Gees Staying Alive, and it's like 120, 122 or whatever. All right, so what is it? How many beats per
The
minute?
Bee Gees song "Staying Alive" has a beat of 103
Oh,
beats
okay.
per
All right,
minute,
I'm high. All right. So, but they say that's
which is close to the 100 to 100 BPM beats per minute recommended for chest compressions during CPR.
all right. I heard from someone yesterday that they've added a new song, and unbelievably, it's the dude from the Super Bowl halftime show where I don't know any damn song that he does.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So look this up. I heard it yesterday, and I didn't have a chance to look this up. So I hope that this is not erroneous information. But I was told yesterday by someone that now a Kendrick Lamar song is being suggested as. Right there. Look at that. US. Oh, stop. Let me do the computer because you're a clod. All right. Hang on a minute. USA Today. Kendrick Lamar might be able to add Lifesaver to his resume with
Drake,
Not Like Us.
the Drake
The diss
diss
song.
That's
Yeah.
the Drake diss. See, I do know that. It's the Drake diss song. Kendrick Lamar's acclaimed diss track about Drake could help save a life. At least that's what the American Heart Association is saying. In a Wednesday social media post, the nonprofit organization said Lamar's 5-time Grammy Award-winning song, Not Like Us, had the right tempo for hands-only CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation with 101 beats per minute. Hey, Andrew, put that one up there as well, please. Put Kendrick Lamar.
They Not Like Us. We don't have that. Check the Wild database.
Yeah, I'm sure Wild has that. Yes.
You realize there's like 100 and something songs on the list that you can use.
Yeah, I was like, that's genius marketing from them. They're like,
Right?
"Ooh, Kendrick Lamar did such a big deal at the Super Bowl. There's a billion songs out there that have that beat count,
Yeah.
but
Right.
we're going to pick Kendrick because it's the topic right
Right.
now."
I've only heard that.
No.
Staying alive, staying alive.
I kind of want to be more on staying alive
Yeah.
side when somebody's like resuscitating me than a diss track.
No way. I definitely want to play the Kendrick Lamar song when I'm trying to save somebody's life.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do like Highway to Hell or something, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
There's a playlist.
Give me the
don't drop
list.
the beat.
All right, hold
well,
on.
it's 100 and something songs.
All right, well, give me the songs that are recognizable. Go.
Staying Alive,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yep.
Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. Poker Face by Lady
hold on,
Gaga.
hold on.
Wanna Be Spice Girls. All Star Smash Mouth. Best Day of My Life, American Authors.
Hey, now you're an all-star, and
You want me to keep going? Just a Girl Who's
Any
No
song-
Doubt.
yeah,
any
Please
song that
don't
has-
keep me alive to call me maybe. Just let me die.
Rhythm Nation,
Hold on.
Janet Jackson.
You don't like that song?
No.
Oh, I like Call Me Maybe.
See?
Ice Ice
Call
Baby
Me Maybe. I like that.
Ice Ice Baby
by Vanilla
yes.
Ice. Jump, Crisscross.
Jump.
Any song that has between 100 and 120 BPMs
Yeah.
would make the list.
Gotcha.
But you see, with the list,
Hold on, keep going. I like
think
these
Riley's
songs.
right is that they've added this last song because it's appealing now to a whole new generation of people who might need to use it. And these like younger people are not
That's
going
right.
to know Staying Alive,
And
but
again,
they're going to know Kendrick Lamar's song.
These songs have a beat that you're supposed to do the chest compressions
Right.
on. You know what pisses me off? What were we watching just recently where I said those are the lamest? Oh, Michelle was watching an old SVU Law and Order yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And it was the one where the girl was like locked in a room by some sicko perv and her cell location pings were changing. This is like it was an episode from I always like to hit info on the remote and find out like what year is this Law and Order episode from. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether it's 2005 or 2025. Ice-T is still a terrible actor. All right. So
I love him.
all right, where was I? Oh, so in this episode, this like 9-year-old like Honduran or Guatemalan girl was kidnapped, and then she's buried alive in a lot across the street from some creepy electronics store that the sicko's father used to own, but it was now abandoned. And she was in the basement in some room with a makeshift bedroom where.
You were really paying attention. to
Yeah.
this story.
But-
oh my god.
But when Mariska Hargitay's character, what's her name? Olivia, right?
Olivia,
Yeah. Great restaurant, by the way.
Yep.
When Olivia,
Yeah.
two great spots here. Tampa and now St. Peter's open for Olivia. All right. So they dig her out of the ground and she's alive. And and Mariska starts doing some chest compressions, and they are the lamest, weakest chest compressions. And I said something to Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, hopefully, if I drop over, hopefully Mariska Hargitay doesn't do chest compressions, because those chest compressions aren't going to do diddly squat.
Yeah,
Not for you.
If you want somebody to save your life, you better hope Kendrick Lamar comes out of the woods and starts doing chest compressions on you.
Well,
Because let me tell you, his song will save your life whether you're an adult
Right.
or a minor.
Oh, stop, Buster.
Alrighty.
That was good.
Huh?
Wait,
Not too many Kendrick Lamar jokes in my repertoire, but I got that one.
How many beats per minute is this? What else?
we have Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Which ABBA?
Dancing Queen.
Dancing
Okay.
Queen.
Yeah, Andrew was talking in my ear because
Oh, sorry.
Andrew said that a listener just called up, and another song that fits the beats per minute is Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh, my God.
and
That's not on the list.
Andrew, why don't you put the call on? Andrew, give us a call like that.
He hangs up on the good calls.
That's a call I want. A nurse calls up and says that Another One Bites the Dust is another song that does the beats per minute for CPR. Andrew, calls like give them to me. I'll take that call all day. What else?
Beyonce's version of Jolene.
Really? How?
Yeah, I don't
like,
know.
I'm
but
sitting
that's-
here listening to these songs, and I'm like, which beat are you picking? Like, for the Staying Alive, is it the ha, 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 or is it the dun 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 dun? Like, which beat are you picking?
It's the ha, 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 but it's
Is it
consistent.
One more time, please.
Anything else of note?
One of your favorites?
What?
Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Oh,
You love
Ain't
that
no
song.
holla back girl.
That's a good
Ain't
one.
no holla back girl.
So, there's a list of songs, but I think to Riley's point, it's like, you want to make sure that anybody can do it. And so
Right.
not everybody's going to know Staying Alive or Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
Current generations are going to know
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar
Mhm.
or Taylor Swift. There's a bunch of Taylor Swift songs that I don't recognize.
All right,
But
so this is the Kendrick Lamar song?
Wait, that's Squab.
Is this a clean version? I have no...
You know what? I don't know. I just want
Wait,
you to
this
drop
is-
the beat, ho.
Hold up. This is Squabble Up. I thought they were saying Not Like Us.
Is this Squabble Up?
Yeah, this is Squabble Up. Because I
Hold
think
on.
the song was Not Like Us.
Hold on. Is that the wrong song?
Yeah.
Andrew,
That was Day Not Like Us.
Is that
Play
Not Like Us?
Play that again. Play it a
My
little
bad.
longer.
I
Don't
think-
tell me I know my Kendrick Lamar better than Riley.
I think I've had enough.
I think that might be
Oh.
Day Not Like Us.
By the way, the nurse is back.
But Squabble Up is another.
I
Don't
love
guys.
that song.
Yeah, no
I really
good.
do.
The nurse is back. Rachel, the nurse, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Not a fan of Luther.
Hi, good morning, all.
Yeah,
How are
Rachel,
you?
Andrew should have put you right through. So
Oh,
you're saying that Another One Bites the Dust is also a good CPR song?
yeah, I work in cardiovascular intensive care, and a lot of times when somebody would go into cardiac arrest and we'd have to do CPR on them, yeah, it's a little dun, 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 another one bites the dust. We're hoping.
Oh, my God.
The family's not in there or anything. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's just a little thing. But
Another One Bites the Dust.
We're all doing emotion right now.
and we're just
Dun. We're all doing like CPR motions here. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, that's quicker than I would have thought.
dun, dun, dun. It is. So you just have to kind of say it in your mind, and we're all just kind of chanting it, and
So I'm trying to think about these compressions because like when you see it on the TV, it's slower than that. So you're really just like
Well,
pounding.
you have to. I mean, and plus, that Kendrick Lamar song, it doesn't have the rhythm that you need because you have to let complete recoil happen when
Okay.
you're doing CPR.
Yeah.
So it's a certain beat that it has to happen. You just bump it up a little bit. Dun,
So-
dun, dun, bum, 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 bum.
Another
It's
One
like
Bites
you
the
just-
Dust
Yeah.
has 110 beats per minute.
Right.
Staying
Yeah, yeah.
Alive has 103, all within that 100 to
Yeah.
120 window.
There you go.
Right. It's 100, 120 beats. Yeah.
All right.
So it's just the rhythm. It's more the rhythm that you're allowing that recoil. Because if you do it too fast or too slow, you're not getting the appropriate
Are you still a nurse?
hurt. I am.
Are you an RN?
I am.
Oh, listen, thanks.
Bachelor's.
Thanks for.
Yeah.
And can I ask you one more question?
Sure thing.
Do you have all your teeth?
I was
liked
hoping
it?
you would ask that. Oh my gosh, yes, I do.
It's
Okay.
funny
Amazingly.
now.
Amazingly.
It's funny right
Dealing
now.
with all the, dealing with all the meth heads sometimes, it's amazing I still have mine.
Right.
Good stuff.
Listen, she's right. It's funny in this instance because we talked about it like 6 minutes ago.
All right, I can shut things down now. That could be the funniest thing of the show.
Would you
Yeah, that's
please?
great.
Would you please?
You guys have a great day. I love you guys.
Thank you. Have
Go
a
save
good
a life.
weekend. All right, 7:18 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, when we get back, I've got a huff story that you got to hear. Huffing?
Yeah.
I've got a huff story that you've got to hear. Also, do you know about the water test? If you are on a job interview, do you know if they're doing the water test on you?
Huh.
Yeah, you got to hear this. Because if you don't know about this, job interviews, some companies will do the water test on you. You got to hear this. Also, the president apparently has taken the famous Resolute desk out of the Oval Office and replaced it with another desk. You're not going to believe possibly why. This is crazy. All right, hold on. Next, and a lot more as we launch an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Next, here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. MJ Morning Show, Friday morning weekend, straight ahead. It is 7:27. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. All right, the huffing story first. Do you remember years ago there was that guy that always had like mug shots with gold and silver paint all over his face? Do you remember that, Fester?
Yeah, he was the mascot for the Florida Man. He was the original Florida Man. That whole
Are you sure he was Florida?
Yes.
Are you sure he was?
The gold mouth, the gold goatee of huffing.
Oh, my God. The guy, and wasn't there something to the fact that for huffers that huffed spray paint fumes, that it was something with the gold and the silver, kind of the metallic colors, that they got more of a huff? I remember this
It was
guy.
sparkly. I mean, what?
I don't know what it is, but this guy has a whole litany of mugshots where his face is just covered in like gold and silver paint because he was addicted to huffing.
He actually has a job now at Sherwin-Williams.
Oh, wow.
All right, well,
Fitting.
I got a new Florida huffing story, and again, you gotta love the Village's News. Yep, from the Village's News, woman arrested at a Winn-Dixie up in the Villages area.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to believe the details to this story. She was driving impaired. And folks, you can get a DUI if you've been huffing. If you've been huffing fumes, you can get a DUI for that. You know, people don't realize the things that pain medication. I mean, there's a whole litany. Whatever makes you drive impaired, you can be, whacked for. You can be busted for. So this woman admitted that she was huffing dust off. The air blaster.
Right.
What?
Yeah. So this woman up in the Villages, Florida woman, is addicted to huffing dust off. She was arrested and charged with driving under the influence. They busted her in a Winn-Dixie parking lot in the Villages. Erin Elaine Parker, 44 years old, was seen Wednesday night, a couple of days ago, 7:30 p.m., stumbling from the Winn-Dixie into her 2024 Nissan Rogue in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie.
What was she trying to get in Winn-Dixie while she was huffing? You know what I mean?
No, was she huffing in the Winn-Dixie? Did
Yeah.
she take the stuff off the shelf and huff there in the aisle?
Dude, they don't sell dust off at
They
Winn-Dixie.
might. They have
You
like
know
a,
what?
they have like a cleaning aisle.
Well,
Right.
you know what? They have also like a lot of the supermarkets have like a hardware type. They have certain
Yes.
like
Yeah.
mouse traps.
A little area
Right.
of household items.
Yeah,
every supermarket has that.
extension cords and crap
Yeah.
like that. So I don't
That
know
are
if they
very
sell.
overpriced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, and they are. You're right.
You're right, but they probably have 15 bottles of dust off just on the shelf. I could be cranking them left, right, and center.
You know what? We're going to need to ascertain whether Winn-Dixie sells dust off.
Let's talk to a couple of inhalant addicts.
Let me give you the details here.
You know.
So she's stumbling out of Winn-Dixie to her Nissan Rogue in the parking lot, according to the arrest report from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. A Wildwood police officer pulled up next to the Nissan Rogue and noticed that Parker had suffered a facial injury near her bottom lip, and her hand was wrapped in a bandage. The officer asked if she was okay. Parker said that she was headed home and admitted that she had been huffing.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Hey, are you okay? You got a facial injury. You're bandaged. I'm huffing. What do you say? I'm a huffer.
Well, it's just like the cops when they ask how much
I
you get.
huff and I puff and I'll blow your house down.
Excuse me, ma'am. Had you had anything to huff tonight? Just 2 cans.
I live in a straw house.
I just don't understand because when you spray that stuff, it's really cold, right?
Yeah.
And you can't spray it too close to things because it'll
It'll burn, right?
That's
Wouldn't
what
it?
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of times if you turn it upside down, it's the propellant. So it's not the air they want; it's the propellant.
Yeah.
But
It's
how
like-
are you getting
it's-
that without the other stuff coming
yeah.
out?
But that's just air.
It falls like one's heavier or one's lighter than the next.
Right. And it's like the Whippets. It's like the Ready Whip. It's like the whipped cream cans.
Sure.
You've got the cream in there, but then you have the nitrous oxide. You've got the propellant inside.
Who was the first person to do this? You
Yeah,
know,
really.
A genius.
All right, now let me give the rest of the details here. So she just admits to the cop that she's stumbling. She's got a bandage on her hand. She's got a cut on her face, and then she just admits to the cop, "I've been huffing."
Yeah.
A squirrel. I've been huffing, and of course, huffing is inhaling. These household type objects to get a high.
It sounds like she's been very cooperative with the officer.
Now,
oh my God.
the officer then spotted several cans of dust-off duster in her vehicle. A sheriff's deputy who is certified as a drug recognition expert was called to the scene. The deputy confirmed that Parker appeared to be under the influence. She admitted that she had taken Zoloft, Klonopin, Losartan, and statins earlier in the day to treat her depression, anxiety, blood pressure, and cholesterol. So Zoloft is for depression. Klonopin is also used for depression. Losartan is a high blood pressure medication.
Dang.
And I don't know which statin she was on, whether it was, rosuvastatin, Crestor, or, but that's for lowering cholesterol. I don't think.
That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
And anything in an aerosol type can, you
Right.
can huff. Deodorant, people huff. Spray paint, like we said before. This whipped cream.
The deputy puts her through a series of field sobriety tests, and then she also consented to a blood test. So prior to towing her vehicle out of the Winn-Dixie parking lot, an inventory of her vehicle showed up 19 cans of dust-off duster in her car.
Oh my God.
19 cans.
Okay, it's like if there were Michelob Lights. I mean, 19 cans of Bud Light.
That's just like all the empties in the back seat.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, so Riley, I just Googled how to huff.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Tell
will you
me.
stop it.
No,
I'm
seriously.
just
tell me.
curious.
Oh, where'd you get it from? The Huffington Post?
Well, I think they might have an article. You spray it in a bag, and then you breathe in what's in the bag. Is one of the ways, or saturating a rag.
You soak a rag and put it over your
and you put it
face.
over your mouth, like you're being chloroformed.
Okay, I have to say, I don't support.
None of that seems fun.
Okay,
No.
I don't support huffing.
Okay, good to know.
But that aside,
Yeah.
Oh God.
This has got to be one of the best things to huff because it's just compressed gas.
we-
I mean, spray paint makes a mess.
Fester,
Deodorant
stop
makes your whole
yourself.
deodorant makes your whole
Stop
face
yourself.
smell.
Stop it.
Oh, I never stop.
Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't huff air.
Yeah, but actually, if you're just huffing gas and air, it really doesn't leave a residue on your face. The guy with the gold goatee.
What is wrong with you? Stop.
There's
Yeah,
two
really.
sides to every story, right?
I
Let's
guess.
close-minded on this.
Let's
Let's explore huffing a little bit.
No.
That's the
I
huffer.
dare you. I dare you, Fester.
Oh, speaking of huffing,
Huff this right
Yeah.
now.
did you hear which celebrity now? This is a perfect companion story. This is the absolute perfect segue. So I'm gonna quiz you guys. Which celebrity has always been erratic, but has been even more erratic than usual lately? And now there are reports that he's back to huffing as well. All right, which celebrity?
Oh! I know who
Yes,
it is.
who is it?
Is it Justin Bieber?
No. No. Celebrity. This is a
He's back to huffing? Like he's been huffing before?
perfect question. Just came out. There are reports that this celebrity has relapsed and is also huffing and inhaling nitrous oxide, which maybe is also jamming up his really erratic behavior.
Huh.
Harrison Ford.
It's not Harrison.
Who? What celebrity? Give us another
This
hint
could be
besides
anybody.
Yeah.
I need another hint.
Give me a hint besides a male
All right,
celebrity.
Who went off on recent crazy tangents
Is it-
about?
Is it Kanye?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
Listen to this. New York Post, page 6, had an exclusive yesterday. Listen to this headline. Exclusive. Kanye West relapsed and is inhaling nitrous oxide, leaving his memory messed up, according to sources. Kanye West is back huffing laughing gas again, multiple concerned sources told the Post. When West, got back to L.A., he got dental work again, and I think that's when he relapsed, a friend said. Referencing his return to the city after 6 months away at the end of January, the 47-year-old rapper and clothing designer's recently erratic behavior has worsened by using nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, as an anesthetic.
So,
Second
Dang,
source.
dude. You got kids. Come on.
Yeah, second source. Well, listen, the wife left him. The wife had enough.
I don't feel sorry for Kim Kardashian about much, but I feel sorry for her about Kanye.
well, listen,
Sensori, the new one.
Bianca Sensori, his new wife left.
The
Yeah.
naked one that,
the naked one.
that's how she is.
She usually is. All right.
she's the naked. Everywhere she shows up, she's wearing like nothing. And then they had the whole Grammys deal.
So maybe it was his relapse in huffing that caused her to leave.
A source close to West says that Kanye's nitrous use has been a major pain point in his relationship with wife Bianca Sensori, and she split. We had heard that like the Nazi comments were the last straw, but maybe it's also nitrous oxide and Nazis.
She was fine with all the Nazi stuff, but when he started sucking the air out of the whipped cream cans, she's like, enough.
I
I'm out.
hate Illinois nitrous oxide. The nitrous took over Los Angeles after Grammy party on February 2nd. He met people and it kind of escalated to things that he never does anymore when he's in Japan. A source close to Kanye said about coming back to the United States. So he wasn't huffing nitrous when he was in Japan. He comes back to L.A. and it's
situational, his nitrous huffing, apparently.
wow.
Okay.
That's unbelievable.
Sometimes when you're around it, you have a relapse.
Yeah. Hey, the water test. I got to get to that in a second. First, though, we got to talk about the desk. And folks, as you know, we don't do a lot of politics on the show. It's just by design. It is not a political show. We bring certain things up, and this is. I want to preface this with this is not political. It has to do with Trump. It has to do with the Oval Office, but this is not political. I promise. Because look, with politics these days, you're going to piss off.
Yes. Who are you going to make mad today?
You're going to piss off half the people. I mean, whatever position you take, you're going to piss off half the people. Listen, I piss off enough people with stuff that's not politically related. All right. So, this is great. It's kind of great. It's insane. The Resolute desk That's the famous presidential desk used by many, many presidents. And it's the desk that was in the Oval Office with Biden. Obama used it, but it goes back to, I'm sure you can look up all the presidents that use the so-called Resolute desk, and doesn't have the carving of the bald eagle right on the front. John,
the crest is on the front of it, no?
Also has a carving from George W. Bush that says GWB was here.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
the desk was first used by JFK in 1961, later used by Carter, Clinton, Obama, Biden during their times in the office.
Okay, now here's the deal.
Trump's on this list as well.
And Trump used the desk. All right, so here's the deal. The desk has been taken out of the Oval Office, and there's some speculation on why. Do you remember recently Elon Musk was in the Oval Office with his, 3-year-old kid?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's video and pictures of Elon.
Oh, God.
I see the kid right here. I know why now.
Fester's got the picture.
Yeah, there's the picture. This is
apparently the kid picked his nose and wiped a booger on the Resolute desk. Elon Musk's kid wiped a booger on, and then now the desk has been taken out and replaced with another desk.
That's a historical artifact. I'm a mom. My youngest is 4. And if there's any kind of boogies around something like that, I'm wrapping him in bubble wrap. You're not coming near it.
Right.
I mean, how does that happen?
listen, it's the people's desk. Let him wipe his nose on it.
No.
I have something disgusting to tell.
Okay.
Listen, I don't think it's going to cause you to lose your breakfast or anything, but I'm going to tell a story, and folks, you're never going to be able to forget this story. So hold on, I'll get to that in a second. Really. So apparently it's not a permanent change. The White House is saying that the Resolute desk was taken out of the Oval Office, but it's not permanent, that it's coming back. And people are saying, well, why was the desk taken out? And then people remembered that Elon Musk's 3-year-old kid is picking his a 4-year-old son. So the kid is 4 years. Is that the kid with the name that you can't even pronounce with all the letters?
NZ4.
Yeah.
NZ12416B or whatever the kid's name is.
We're gonna call the kid Booger.
So the kid is 4 years old, and he picked his nose and rubbed it on the desk, and this was caught on live TV.
Can you imagine if nobody caught that and it crusted over and became an artifact on that presidential desk?
No. All right. So the kid's name is XAE-A-12.
What do you call him?
I don't know.
I think they call him X.
We call him Booger.
It's a good name.
Hey, you little nose picker, come here. That's huge.
All right. So I just thought that was funny that the desk was taken out. And listen, Trump is a known germaphobe.
Yeah.
So is they having the desk fuming? Couldn't you just get a Clorox wipe and just
one would think.
Yeah.
just treat the affected area?
You want a little history on the desk?
No.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I don't.
It was a present to Rutherford B. Hayes by Queen Victoria from wood used on a British ship called the Resolute. That's how it's got the name Resolute desk. And many presidents have used it. And when a president gets elected, he has, or she potentially, has a choice of one of 7 desks.
Also used by President George H.W. Bush.
That's the new desk. The new desk that's in there now is the C&O desk.
Oh.
And that was used by Bush. And that's the one that has the carving that says GWB was WUZ here.
Whatever. I have no idea what the hell you're saying.
You should see what Dick Cheney put on that desk.
It is 7:43. Now, we have a test coming up. We have a Michelle and MJ relationship quiz coming up.
Ooh.
We do.
We do. If you remember, I teased this yesterday, and I said that this could get interesting, a quiz to see how strong my relationship is with Michelle. That's coming up in just a minute. First, though, this is a very interesting test as well. And if you go on a job interview, are you being tested with the so-called water test? You ever hear? I'd never heard of this.
Me either.
It's the water test, and apparently some places do this in job interviews, and it's a secret test called the water test, and this could be the determining factor whether you get the job or not, and it's based on a freaking pitcher of water on the table, on the desk, while you're getting interviewed for a job.
What, sparkling or still? Like, what?
Nope. It's a pitcher of water or a jug of water and a cup to see if you drink during the interview. Do you drink water? Do you pour water into the cup? And what does this tell them? They want to see if you drink water normally, if you don't drink water normally.
What, are they concerned about your hydration?
Right?
Listen to this. Quote, I was the only person who drank the water at a normal pace during the interview, and this is seen as being confident in the workplace environment by accepting a gift or offer.
Oh.
Adding that their normal pace was taking a sip after answering each of their questions. A normal pace. Apparently, you can tell a lot about a person from the way that they refuse the offer of water or by drinking the water too fast.
What if you're just thirsty that day? You're going to lose the job?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You're just not thirsty, and you don't want to. Well, what did you say? You said, "What if you are thirsty?"
Like if you're thirsty that day, and you're just like, "Yes, thank you. I'll take the water," and you chug it and leave it there. Like,
I'm thinking, what if you're just not thirsty and you don't want to drink the water?
And you graciously say, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I do see the
No, thank
psychology
you.
behind, like, can you accept a gift? Can you be gracious? Because there's going to be a lot of situations where you'll be in those settings with clients or whatever. But if I want to slurp that thing down and get on with the interview, that doesn't mean I'm not qualified for the job.
But
right.
if you slurp it down and if you're drinking excessively, then that might show to them some kind of psychological imbalance.
What if you'd worked out that morning and you want to just?
Hey.
It's nice that they have some water right there.
What if you had some very salty Miss Vicky's potato chips in the parking lot?
love those.
Just coming, just coming into the interview.
Like the good jalapeno ones.
Yeah.
What if you chug it so fast that you burp during the interview? So tell me about yourself.
You know what you ought to do? Pick your nose and wipe it on the desk.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell my really gross story. All right, I'll tell that in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on. I got to tell I never forget this story. No, but seriously, this is a method, and I'm sure there are others. I'm sure that if somebody out there listening does a lot of hiring for a company and they do a lot of interviews, I'm sure there's a whole little bag of tricks for just subtle like cues that you can kind of prompt people or test people. Listen, there's all kinds of psychology in hiring the right person. I guess I can say this. My brother told me a story about a company, and they had hired a new CEO, and they put the CEO through like a $30,000 psychological test. Have you heard of this?
30
No.
grand?
A company that my brother knows of
Jeez.
put the possible incoming CEO through a $30,000 psych profile test. And there are companies that do these.
Yeah.
They'll put somebody through a complete. So if you've got let's say a multi-million-dollar company or a multi-billion-dollar company looking for new leadership, hiring a CEO, whatever, there are companies that you can hire that will do these psychological evaluations and try to come up with a score and a whole report on the fitness from a mental standpoint of the CEO and whether they're predisposed to success or failure, to see if they're psychologically appropriate for the job. Anyway, the story my brother told me is the person turned out to be a complete nut job after a $30,000 psychological exam, and the person lasted like 9 months, and they had to fire the CEO.
Okay.
So much for that.
So did they not listen to the results of the 30,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another soft quiz that I see online is
Yeah.
how you treat the receptionist.
You know, I've heard of that
You
one.
walk into a
Absolutely.
place and you're
Yep.
like, I'm here for an interview, and you sit down and you don't talk other than making a little small talk or being a little friendly to somebody.
All right. So the water test, some places apparently are using this. So if there's a pitcher of water and you're in an interview asking questions, they're looking for you to potentially pour yourself some water and just drink at a normal pace. And this person said they got the job and they were just taking a nice sip after every extended answer to the questions. But if you refuse it, apparently that tells something. And if you're drinking like like you're drinking crazily. All right, 7:49 exactly at the MJ Morning Show. Man, the crap you learned from this show.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Would you like a glass of water, Riley?
All right, so back over to the booger story and the back over to the presidential desk. And
Yes.
potentially the reason why it was taken out of the Oval Office over the last couple of days is because Elon's kid wiped a booger on the desk. Should I tell this?
Do it.
Yeah, we're here.
Gross.
Do it. Do it.
I worked at a radio station in Virginia Beach. It was 97 star WGH FM. And this is 1986, 87, and part of 88 that I worked at this station. The engineer, Steve Johnston. I remember Steve Johnston was the engineer. Or was it Johnson?
I'll never forget that name.
All right, so Steve, he was a good guy. He had a beard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Steve, the engineer with a beard. He was grossed out because he was doing work underneath the console. So
Oh, God.
I'm standing in front of this control board, with all the faders and, turning all the microphones on and off. And it sits on a countertop. And then, of course, there's underneath. The engineer was grossed out and had to put a memo out to ask the person that was wiping all the boogers underneath the countertop
Oh, gross.
to stop doing it.
Stop it. Okay.
Man, I've been in a lot of radio studios. He's lucky all he found was boogers.
Stop it.
Hey,
Listen.
listen, I that's it. I'm moving on. I'm gonna do the quiz.
Oh, God.
But
Listen.
is that nasty? He had to put out a memo from engineering.
Ugh.
Whoever is doing this and depositing them underneath the counter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I need a minute.
Yeah.
Let's be
And-
glad the engineer didn't find some deposits I left in the old
Stop.
Ward Beck studio.
Yeah, Andrew, this was before. Andrew wanted to know, was this sent to all? This was before email. So this was a memo. And remember, you used to have the memo board, right, where all the memos were put up. Yeah, this was a memo that was tacked to the cork board. Where all the important memos were put out. All right, Michelle, are you ready to test our relationship?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous.
It's a 2-minute quiz. It's a 2-minute 7-question test.
7 questions.
And it determines how strong our relationship is, or really, for that matter, anybody's relationship.
I hope my wife's not listening.
You're going to get it when you get home, Fester.
Should we go through this? Should we go through the questions?
7 questions.
Sure.
All right.
7 questions.
Hit me.
All right. So psychology professors have put together this quiz. This is like our very own water test. All right. So are we suitable to be married for, what are we now married? It'll be 31 years this summer.
Goals.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, doesn't that just prove it right there that we are suitable?
No. I mean, have you ever been to prison?
Oh, my God.
Listen, you don't always get out.
So short quiz on the success of our relationship. 7 quick questions. Here we go. Question number 1.
All right.
I can collaborate well and solve practical problems with my partner.
Yes.
So you agree that we can?
Do you agree that we can?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. So number 1, yes, I can collaborate well and solve practical problems with my partner, Michelle. So we're in agreement on that, correct?
Is that what we have to agree on the
No,
answer?
I'm just
or
saying.
we just answer the question.
You
way is it?
just answer the question. So you're yes on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So you answer it. By the way, there are a multitude of answers. Always, often, seldom, or never. So
Often?
I think often.
I think
I don't think always.
I don't like you saying often. I'm often. Oh, I just got flipped off.
See? So
Oh my God, Andrew, did you get that? Michelle just flipped me off on MJTV. Well, I guess it wasn't on MJTV.
you guys are proving that you are not always.
She did that without a beat, too.
At best, you're an often.
I'm an often person, not an often person.
No, there's no such thing as a silent T in
All right,
often.
Here we go. Yes, there
Thank
is.
you.
All right, number 2. I feel I can confide in my partner. Always, often, seldom, never. I feel that I can confide in my partner.
I guess I tell you everything, so I guess the answer is always because
Yeah.
there's nothing that I don't share with you, so I don't.
Ah.
What topics do I not confide?
Number 3.
Yeah.
When my partner and I disagree or have a conflict, I quickly get over it. Always, often, seldom, never.
Never.
You hold a grudge, man. you'll get angry at me over the dumbest thing, and you won't talk to me. I'll try to hold your hand. You'll pull away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
what is it?
Although I have to say, like, again, we're married 30 years, so obviously I do get over stuff.
I mean, yeah.
You do, but you can hold a grudge for just a ridiculous amount of time over some dumb things.
What woman doesn't?
Yeah, she just got over the grudge of 06.
Oh my God.
All right. So we have 2 good ones and 3's kind of a All right, number 4. How often in the recent past have you thought that your relationship is not good? Always, often, seldom, never.
I've been coming in for a month now, so I'm going to say almost always.
How often in the recent past have you thought that your relationship is not good?
This is so much time together, babe. I mean, honestly.
Are you saying always?
I'm riding in the car with you in on the way in.
Wait.
You ask me every morning when I'm standing at the door with my bags, and you're like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Do I look ready?"
Wait a sec. So we started off strong, and now we're going to hell in a
I don't
handbasket?
know. I don't know. I mean, you know.
That's the details of back and forth life that
All right.
makes
Yeah.
it
All
work.
right, number 5. How often have you recently considered separating from your partner?
Okay.
Always, often, seldom, never.
Never.
So you've never really thought about separating from me?
Not recently. It said recently in the
question
question.
said recently.
Recently. All right. Have you ever thought about leaving me?
I did. I left you before we were before we were married.
That's right.
I packed up twice.
You got in the car and
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I have to hear this story.
Taking a couple-hour break, taking a day or 2 break isn't thinking about leaving. Thinking about leaving is like a slow, methodical, every day looking at him eating dinner. I'm going to leave this guy.
No.
Look at MJ's face right now.
So nothing like recently have you thought about leaving me? Or what about the last 10, how about the last 10, 15 years of marriage, 20 years of marriage?
No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm just trying to think if there
All right.
was ever any.
Michelle,
Okay.
I will say MJ doesn't think about leaving you, but he does take 2-week trips without you to the
Oh,
other
will
side of
you
the world.
shut up. What are you
I'm
doing?
just I think I'm helping your relationship.
All right, let me,
So let me say,
Yeah.
I don't think about leaving you because I send you on your fun little trips, and so
Oh.
there you go.
She thinks about
You're my
you.
spirit animal, Michelle.
She
for
thinks
real.
she thinks about you leaving, not leaving
but
you.
listen, Michelle knows that I love to scuba dive.
All right.
Michelle knows that scuba diving is one of my major passions.
Okay.
Michelle is not a diver. She does not scuba.
Can I just explain this real quick?
That would make our relationship even stronger if you were a scuba diver.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Oh.
No.
Why?
I got your diving thing. I knew it was good for you, but then when Julian described it to me when he had to write an essay, then I was like, you go as much as you need to. Because the way he described it, I was like, now I totally get it.
Yeah, so Julian and Chloe were both certified at a
Right.
very young age. Julian was certified at 11. Chloe, I think, was 12 when she got certified because, I wanted to share my passion of scuba diving with my kids. And, folks, if you want to learn to scuba dive, go to Tackle Shack. You call Jimmy and Dom at Tackle Shack in Pinellas Park, and you tell them you want to be a scuba diver just like MJ and get certified.
Get back to the question.
All right.
Yeah.
So, no, but that's very enlightening. So when Julian wrote an essay for school about scuba diving, that's when you really awakened to the fact of what it does for me as well?
Yeah, because he was so descriptive and he described how relaxing the sound and the audio was, like the bubbles and then also how you're engaged but not engaged, like you're doing it all by yourself, but you still have people around you, but you're not like engaging with them when they're not like, talking to you or whatever. And he was like, that's very relaxing, the floating and how he described it. I was like, now I understand why you like it.
my
And then I was like, okay,
God.
you need to go and do that as much as you can because then it like diffuses, the tension in our space.
I'm telling you
Because-
right now that scuba diving and going
Yeah.
to these tropical destinations, or even, listen, just doing the Blue Heron Bridge over in West Palm is one of the best dives in the world. I mean, just right across the state. It's just one of the most relaxing, serene. It's one of my favorite things to do in life is to scuba dive.
You
All right.
guys are so cute.
All right. So,
It wears on you.
all right, 2 more. Number 6.
Yeah.
And folks, if you're just tuning in, this is a 2-minute quiz. Well, it's got a little
Not
longer
anymore.
than
Yeah,
that.
not anymore, Todd.
A 2-minute, 7-question test determining how strong your relationship is. Number 6. Only 2 more to go. Number 6. How emotionally close do you feel to your partner? very close, somewhat close. What happened to the audio? Oh, did I push something? All right. All right. So how emotionally, something happened to my headphones. How emotionally close do you feel to your partner? Very close, somewhat close, just a little close, or not close? Michelle.
Very.
See, very close.
That was quick.
That's good.
Well, that's a big drop off.
Yeah.
Very close to somewhat. I mean, is there somewhere between very and somewhat that would make a lot of sense?
Not in marriage, I don't think.
Listen,
Very
Either
close.
are or
but
not.
that's a big drop off.
All right, very close to somewhat close is like off a cliff.
I mean, that's
Just a little close or not close. All right. So that's nice, dear. Thank you, Michelle.
I mean, they could have put like a really, really after the very.
You're making me making me feel warm all over.
Oh, great.
Like when I pee in my wetsuit.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
You took it there.
Number
It's really just fish food.
Ew.
number 7. Final question.
yeah.
Overall, how satisfied are you with your relationship? Very unsatisfied, somewhat unsatisfied, somewhat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Very. Did I say it right?
Yeah, no.
You
said
started
it wrong.
Okay.
You started with a negative answer.
All right, hang on. Overall, how satisfied are you with your relationship? Very satisfied, somewhat unsatisfied, or very unsatisfied?
Very satisfied. We're
Look,
married for 31 years almost. I think, yeah.
Yep.
What's with all the adverbs? Can't they just have satisfied?
So
Very
Yeah.
satisfied.
I think, Michelle, I think we passed this test. I think we passed the quiz.
Well, maybe we should have asked you the questions.
Listen, I would answer them, I believe, exactly the only one is that you don't get over things as quickly as I think you think you get over things.
Yeah, same with you, pal.
Yeah.
I could dig up a beef from 30 years ago. Let me tell you about that son of a bitch. Let me tell you about the lawn guy that you put used railroad ties in your front yard for landscaping. You still hate that guy over it.
Yeah.
You hold a grudge like no other.
By the way, they're still there in front of the house on Wallcraft.
Wow.
We had dinner at Cafe Paradiso recently and drove up Wallcraft, our old street, and the
Railroad ties are still there?
railroad ties are still there.
Hollywood was right.
No. I didn't get pissed at Holly.
You got so faster. We gotta rip these things up. This guy's trying to put used railroad ties in front of you. Okay, boss, let's rip up your yard.
Well, as a makmakeshift curb for people not driving over my lawn.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time, Fester.
Oh man,
Where is he these days?
I don't know.
Is he dead?
I don't think
I don't know.
so.
He might be. It was like 25 years ago. People die in 25 years. I don't know. I hope
don't
he's okay.
think so.
What did you take this morning? You are so
Yeah.
sassy.
This is every day. It's a radio
I don't know what's going on with
I come in hot every day.
So
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
went out to dinner last night. Riley and myself and our management team.
I had a prior engagement. Thank you for not including me.
You missed out on the bacon. It was so good.
We went out to dinner last night. We went to Bascom's Chop House. And I had not been to Bascom's in a long time. In fact, interestingly, this came up on the show recently that I had not been to Bascom's Chop House in a while, but I remember having a good time there. I just hadn't been. So we had dinner at Bascom's, which means one thing, that we've got a trade deal there, but that Ron didn't actually have to pay. That we must have
Is that what it meant?
So yeah. But listen, it was good. So we had a great meal at Bascom's Chop House last night, but Riley observed me doing something at dinner last night, and this is interesting. So Rick, our operations manager, notices a couple walk in, and the guy's all cowboyed up good. He's got like
Big old black cowboy hat.
he had a black cowboy hat on and everything. He looks like a cowboy. And then the woman is blonde, and the woman looked like Lana down the hall, who works for our country station.
Blonde hair.
Yeah, oh yeah, like spitting image, right?
Yep. Petite figure.
And Rick is like, oh my God. He says, oh man, what are the odds that Lana's over here with a country artist? But it wasn't her, but it looked just like her. So then Rick is trying to sneak a picture to be able to send to her.
To show
And
Lana?
Rick is at a terrible angle.
Uh-huh.
And there's no way he can get the picture without like being totally caught taking the picture. And I said to Rick, hey, dude, I got the perfect angle. You want me to take the picture? So I just held the camera on the table as I was just doing, and I just turned the camera on.
You did it really stealth, because when I looked over, I thought you might have just been shifting through Instagram or something. But then when you paused for a second, I was like, oh, he's taking a picture of somebody.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to be stealth and not move and look and ruin it for you. So I was just like, oh, okay.
So I was able to stealthily take the picture for Rick because he wanted to share it, that it looked like Lana and some
Conway Twitty
some
or
country artist
Billy Jim or David Allen Coe or Willie
she was out
Nelson.
to dinner with. But no,
Travis Tritt.
This opens up an interesting question. You know, how often do you try to take a stealthy picture? How often are you caught? Yeah, because
I take a picture of every funny-looking person I see, and I have a select group of friends. I have a select group of friends of which you guys are not part of.
Obviously.
Riley, you maybe could be.
Okay.
But if there's somebody, my friend Evan. Him and we go back and forth.
I've never heard of Evan. I've known you since 1996. I've never heard you mention a guy named Evan.
My friend Jason, my friend Evan.
I know Jason.
Yeah, we exchange photos, though, of people we find to be very funny looking. And usually it has a snarky comment attached to it. But I've become an expert at stealth photographs. Do you want to know the secret?
What?
Okay.
The secret is to record a video on your phone.
Right.
But act like you're on FaceTime and talk to your phone.
Oh.
And I could walk right up to you with my phone up in front of my face, talking to my phone. Hey, honey, how are you?
Yeah, here I'm on the aisle right now. Which brand did you want?
Yep. Okay.
All right, hold on a sec. Do you want the Equate brand, or do you want me to go with the brand name?
Yeah, right. So you do all that,
right?
But you hold the camera on the person for like 8 seconds, and you get a video of the person. Right. Then you edit it down, or you screenshot your video later.
You edit it down. You're extra with this.
If you want to make a loop of the person, yes.
Wow.
But listen, but if I'm walking by you, Riley, and I have my phone and I'm just talking to my phone, you wouldn't think anything of a phone pointing at you.
You're absolutely right. But then the caveat is, if they're doing something funny, wouldn't it stop them from doing whatever they're doing funny if you come up to them with your phone?
It's not that they necessarily know that they're doing it. People are so unaware of a phone around them these days. You know,
but you know what? Let me tell you something. I forgot to tell you this at the market the other day.
What?
I think somebody was filming us walking by.
Are you serious?
I'm
Really?
serious. We're walking by a booth, and the person had the phone up, and you know what? I was going to tell you, I think they were filming us, but now that you say it like that, I'm even more convinced like that's what they were doing. They filmed, because then they walked back in the booth, and then they were like talking quietly to the other person in the booth, and then they were pretending. I felt like they were pretending they were doing something. You know, when you get a feeling like somebody's pretending they're doing something.
Yes.
And I was like, I
think
think he was filming us. But then we started talking to somebody else, and I forgot.
But you can't oversell it. You got to act like you're talking to your phone. Like, hey, babe, how are you? Okay,
they recognize me, and
no,
they wanted to get picture.
They had no idea who you were. They said, "Oh my God, we saw this beautiful woman walking with this troll of a man. You guys are never going to believe this." And look at this picture I took.
Look at this hot babe with a great body walking with this troll. Is that what it's
like? It's like Princess Peach has got abducted by Bowser, by a midget Bowser.
Wow.
Look at this! Oh my God, I've never seen somebody so pretty with somebody so.
You know what? Let's talk about your generic Pop-Tarts yesterday.
I still have one left in the office. Would you like a generic Pop-Tart?
Not today, thank you. Yes.
So wait a minute. I did not know this. This was brought to my attention that you don't buy Pop-Tart brand. You buy generic, great value Walmart Pop-Tarts.
I think it's unfair to call Great Value a generic brand,
because
I bet you they sell more than a lot of these national manufacturers.
But it's still generic.
The Walmart brand of Pop-Tarts, I believe, are a finer Pop-Tart than, and they might be made at the same facility. I don't know.
Oh, no, they're not.
They might.
Are the Great Value Pop-Tarts, or what are they called? They're not Pop-Tarts.
They're called like toaster pastries or something.
So the Great Value Walmart toaster pastries, are they the same size? Because I do have complaints about Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts has gotten, first of all, they've gotten so freaking small. They used to be twice the size. Now they're half the size. And they've gotten sloppy.
Yes.
The sloppy application of the frosting.
Yes, and the sprinkles aren't even.
It's how do you get sloppy? How were the Pop-Tarts made in 1975 and 1985, and even probably 1995? How were they much, much better than the Pop-Tarts are being? It's like a bunch of, a bunch of incompetent, people that have no idea what they're doing were suddenly cut loose in the Pop-Tart factory.
So I have one left in the office, MJ. If you'd like, I'd bring it to you. You can see it is a better Pop-Tart than
the Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart. It is. It's a fine tart.
It was just brought to my attention yesterday that you're munching on generic Walmart toaster pastries.
I ate one last segment. I got a whole box. Here, look. I'll show you the difference. Here's Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tart. All right. The frosted strawberry.
I got it.
$2.62 for 8 of them.
Right.
And then there's Great Value, and it's $1.92 for 12 of them.
Oh wow!
And it's a better. If I brought
you know what? That's a great value.
Hence the name. That's what I said. If I brought you my last Pop-Tart, you'd be like, you know what? This is a good Pop-Tart.
I just feel like there's certain things you should not do generic, and that's one of them.
No, you are completely mistaken.
How?
Yes, because it's a better tart.
All right,
I'm going to try it.
Enough of the Pop-Tarts. All right. So you got to be careful what you say or ask for on a flight because you might get kicked off. This is an absolutely bizarre story. This woman says that she will never fly Southwest Airlines again because of an incident, because of something that she asked for. So this woman is saying, I am never flying Southwest. I want you to hear this in her own words. And this is a video that popped up in my feed. And this is the furthest thing from what you would expect. Woman gets kicked off a Southwest flight. Why? Listen.
Okay, you guys, a little word of advice. Do not ever get onto a Southwest airline and make the mistake of telling them that you had a little bout of diarrhea before the plane. Don't do it because they will kick you off the plane.
So this woman somehow telegraphed to the crew that she was having some stomach issues, like a little diarrhea. And they threw her off the flight because she apparently she asked for something. Here, listen to this.
That's my plane right there. And my daughter's on that plane without me. So, yeah. I told him I was fine, that it had passed. It was before I got on the plane. I was just concerned maybe they had some Imodium AD or something.
So she asked for some Imodium AD and disclosed that she was having, a little, diarrhea problem, and they threw her off the flight.
How is that allowed?
Just in case. And they sent the EMTs, so I had to get off the plane once in front of everybody. And the EMTs talked to me, and I was like, I'm fine. I had a bout before I got on the plane, but it's gone, it's passed. And they were like, they looked at the flight attendants like, okay, we're going to give her the clear. She can get on. And they were like, okay. It was crazy. I am 59 years old. I fly probably 10 times a year for cheer, etc. Never had this happen. I've never been kicked off a plane. I'm the one that brings candy for the flight attendants. Anyway,
not today.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
Or ever again.
Wait a minute. Hey, here's some candy, and then you say you've got diarrhea. They're like dropping the candy on the floor. I don't want the candy after you just disclosed it.
A word to the wise. Don't say you're sick. Don't say you have diarrhea, especially on Southwest Airlines. I mean, I can't imagine this would happen on a normal plane. So just letting you know.
On a normal plane?
Yeah.
Is this amazing?
This is
Don't
fake.
say it. Just shush.
I don't think it's fake.
Okay, she had the presence of mind to calmly explain her whole diarrhea situation.
Yeah,
she asked for over-the-counter drugs from the staff, but there's no pictures of the EMT helping her.
Oh, good point.
You're going to roll video while the EMTs are helping you?
She's rolling video talking about her turd burglar stuff going on.
All right, so it sounds like when the EMTs cleared her, they let her back on the flight.
Mm-hmm.
So you're now free to have diarrhea around the country.
Oh.
You are now free to move about the country.
You know how, like, from California to New York, they call those the flyover states?
Yeah.
The poop over states.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Hey, Pepto-Bismol!
Yeah, there you go.
MJ, have you taken 500 flights in your life?
Oh, more than that.
You
I
think
would
so?
imagine. Yeah,
Look,
probably.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
You're a well-versed flyer.
Yes.
Have
I'm
you ever,
a well-seasoned traveler, please.
have you ever asked the flight attendants for over-the-counter medicine?
I have not. You know,
I've never seen that.
I might have asked for a headache pill. I might have. Maybe once I might have asked for a Tylenol or.
No, I don't remember you ever
Advil.
asking. I mean,
I've done
no,
that.
you asked me.
Do they have them? I don't know.
No,
I'm
I think
asking.
I was traveling without you, or maybe before you. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I do recall once asking if they had a headache pill, or I might have a sinus issue, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not ejected from the flight.
Do they have like a first aid kit with
do.
over-the-counter?
They do,
I'm
yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
They have Midol on there.
Yep, they do. They have a first aid kit. Listen, they even have the AEDs. They even have like the.
Yeah, that's really dramatic.
The
If I have-
shockers,
If I have a heart attack, it's different than if I have a little headache that'll go away.
Right. So this woman says, "Hey, warning! Don't telegraph that you might have some diarrhea on at least Southwest."
And she's wearing white, so
Yeah.
I don't believe she just had diarrhea.
All right. Again, what happens after the Super Bowl to the losing team's merchandise, which was pre-printed with the champion insignia? What happens? This is the NFL on the MJ Morning Show. I always thought that it went to like African villages.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that historically some of the erroneous.
So there was a charity
Yeah.
that collected all, because they print
Yeah.
thousands of T-shirts.
They do.
They had Chiefs ready to go. They
Yep.
had Eagles ready to go.
So a lot of people might not know this, but how do they have these Super Bowl champion hats ready instantaneously when the Super Bowl is played and won by a particular team? And obviously going into the game, is it going to be the Chiefs that win Super Bowl 59? Is it going to be the Eagles? And of course, as we know, the Eagles did, rout the Kansas City Chiefs, but they always print up a bunch of merch, not only for the sidelines and for just after the game for whoever the champion is, but a lot of times they get going on printing the T-shirts and hats and the crap that's going to be for sale after the Super Bowl to the general public.
So I thought one time we talked to a manager of like a Foot Locker who had cases of both because they had to put them out Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know that they pre-print a lot of this crap, but I saw a new story, and there's a lot of waste, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's a nonprofit called Good 360. Is that the one you're talking about?
Maybe. I think I found another nonprofit called World Vision.
Yeah, I've heard of that one as well.
And they collect it and distribute it to
So
people.
here's the deal. I had always thought that it all went to Africa because I thought I saw like some African villages in some of the poorest parts of Africa. And I thought I've seen pictures in the past of like people there wearing erroneous champion shirts, like a Super Bowl, and they're wearing Super Bowl whatever champions, and it's the wrong team. It's the team that lost.
But it's every other round as well because they have divisional champion T-shirts.
Right.
They have, the World Series and the hockey stuff.
But here's the deal. The reason why I'm bringing this up, and this is not new. It's not like some great revelation. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I always thought that this stuff went to Africa, but this Good 360, a charity that I guess gets some of this merch to distribute to needy people around the world, I've got other locations where I didn't know the stuff went.
Does it stay in the United States?
No.
Or North America?
No, they get it out of the country.
Denmark.
And but here's the deal. The target, the NFL licensing and the agreement is that you send it to places that have needy people, but have the least interest in the National Football League from the United States on the planet.
That's what I was going to say. I was surprised the
Right.
winning team didn't have a problem with this stuff floating around.
So other countries, other than African nations, other than the African continent, other places where the erroneously printed loser championship shirts go.
Yes.
Ukraine.
Oh.
Yeah. So a bunch of the stuff has historically gone to Ukraine, Estonia.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you got Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Mongolia.
Well, yeah.
You mean there's somebody in Mongolia right now walking around with a 2020 Tampa Bay Rays World Series T-shirt? I can't get one.
Who did the Rays lose to?
The Dodgers.
Was it the Dodgers?
It was that was the COVID year.
Oh, hold on. Andrew's saying it's Philly. Well, hold on. Oh, no. Fester's right.
The Rays have been in 2 World Series.
What about Antarctica?
But there's a Phillies one. Yeah, right. The little penguins are walking around with the.
Oh, that'd be cute.
So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that would be cute.
It would.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of people are up in arms over this.
Why?
What? Over? No. I'm moving on.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about it.
That's a segue.
Okay.
I'm moving on. A lot of people are up in arms over this. Do you know what people are up in arms over? Fester, can you guess?
No.
Hold on, you don't know what that music is?
I know what the music is, but
What is the music?
This is a da-na, da-na.
You don't know what it is.
No, it's coming to me. Da-na, da-na.
What do you mean?
James Bond.
Yes. All right, so if I'm playing the music and I'm saying people are up in arms over this, what do you think it is?
People are now ordering their martinis stirred.
No.
Screw the shaker.
My name is Bond. James Bond.
Bond. James Bond.
I have no idea.
James Bond.
I have no idea.
Amazon is taking control of the James Bond franchise.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Amazon's taking over everything.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you how this happened because I read a big article on it in December. It's fascinating.
Barbara Cauliflower is giving it up?
Well, not.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
Barbara
yes.
Broccoli. I'm sorry.
I mean, she's got her fists have been clenched over this franchise for years.
Well, her husband, was it Albert?
No, that's her father.
Who was the guy?
Her father came up with it.
Oh, so her father's Albert Broccoli.
Right.
If you notice during all of the James Bond films, you always see the name Broccoli. I'm like,
yeah,
what,
you like that?
Always.
You always laugh.
I mean, yeah, broccoli. I mean, I never knew anyone named Broccoli.
Don't you wish that was your last name?
I love broccoli. What did you say?
Don't you wish that was your last name?
Yeah, broccoli.
It's the Billy Broccoli morning show.
Hey, Fester Broccoli.
That actually works.
Doesn't quite roll off with Fester.
It doesn't.
But yeah, with the alliteration, it would. So who cares?
So the James Bond.
Who cares? Doesn't Amazon own like MGM?
Hang on.
They're a big player in the movie space.
So the James Bond whole franchise is going to be under Amazon control, and people are concerned that this was not stirred. This was really shaken up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
nice.
It's Amazon MGM Studios, as you just denoted. I guess it's a new joint venture. And Barbara Broccoli, is that the daughter?
Yeah.
Of
the custodians are Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. They'll be stepping back.
Yeah, and then Amazon's going to take the lead on James Bond. But
here's the thing: when they bought MGM back in 2020,
right.
The deal closed in either 2021 or 2022.
Right.
They bought it with the 007 in mind. Like, they knew that they wanted this franchise. They want to do spinoffs.
But people are freaking out that the Amazon is going to ruin James Bond.
Yes. And Barbara's been worried about it. I can tell you, she referred to them as a bunch of effing idiots.
Well, so why is she giving up control? If Barbara Broccoli, a descendant of Albert Broccoli, the family that's controlled the whole James Bond production empire for decades. So she called Amazon a bunch of effing idiots?
Yeah, she doesn't like their algorithms. They sell vacuums and, toilet brushes and...
So why is she giving up control? I mean, obviously, it's for a crap load of money.
Yeah, because they own MGM Studios, and they're going to be the biggest player in the space, if not already, then certainly very soon.
She gave a very nice exit notice. It's time for her to move on to something else. But this is just February now. In December, she was like, no. So 2 months later, it's a different story.
In December, she said, so Amazon was after the franchise. In December, she said no and called them a bunch of effing idiots?
No. They own the franchise by virtue of buying MGM 2 years ago.
Okay,
but she and her brother Michael retained creative control, like, completely.
Okay.
And they were not letting them move forward on any script or storyline or even name who was going to be the next 007. She was like, no, because you guys are a bunch of effing idiots. You sell toilet brushes and, toothpaste and... Yeah, they
Wow.
would not. That's why we've been so delayed in finding
Oh.
out who's going to be the next 007 and the next storyline. Like we don't have anything in production.
Oh my God! I've just figured this out.
What?
Bald Bezos is going to be the next villain in some kind of a mountaintop lair.
Yeah.
Do not manifest that, please.
Oh my God!
No.
Jeff Bezos. Yes, he's going to come up with some Amazon laser to destroy the planet.
God.
So the last 007 movie was No Time to Die with Daniel Craig, and it was his 5th movie.
I love him as Bond.
Right, he was great.
He was great.
But it was his last one, so nothing's been out since 2021.
No, the new title. Have you seen this? The Deadly Delivery.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the.
You joke, but watch. They'll probably do something like that.
Oh, how many Amazon trucks are going to appear in James Bond movies?
God, no.
Now Amazon trucks are going to be in James Bond movies. All those, they're going to be wearing blue vests.
Yes.
Amazon blue vests.
We're going to intercept the package in a blue van.
My name is Prime. James Prime.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to be Prime.
No.
They're going to change it from Bond to Prime.
No.
My name is Prime. James Prime.
You know what? I'm surprised Amazon hasn't come out with a spoof movie
Right.
to mock the broccoli family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mike Myers and the whole Austin Powers thing, that was sort of that's a James Bond
Spoof.
mockery and spoof. Yeah.
Nod to James Bond, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And shagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a warning on I guess, popular pet treat. A woman says she gave her pet a treat from Petco, and it resulted in a $300 vet bill.
Oh.
What time is it? 8:26? All right, we got time. We got plenty of time left in our hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ here on the MJ Morning Show. Michelle, have you ever heard of pup pie from the Lazy Dog Cookie Company?
No.
Yeah. After purchasing this sweet treat commonly sold at pet stores, it's not just Petco, but she happened to buy it at Petco, but this is sold at many other places. So she buys the sweet treat for her dog, and now she's warning people that she purchased a pup pie from the Lazy Dog Cookie Company, and it was so hard on her dog's digestive system that it led to bleeding and tears in the dog's stomach.
Oh my God, what's in those things?
Or what the hell's wrong with
Shrapnel. I don't know.
What's wrong with your dog? 1,000 dogs eat it and there's no problem.
No.
Your dog poops blood.
Well, hold on a minute. No, there are apparently a bunch of dogs this has happened to. So it's not just her. Don't skip over this, she says. Do we have all? Andrew, did you pull the audio? All right, here we go. Listen, this is audio from the woman who is trying to warn people about these pup pies.
Don't skip over this. Do not skip over this if you're a pet owner.
Oh, so she's saying that don't swipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't swipe. Do not skip over this. You got to listen to this.
Don't skip over this. Do not skip over this if you're a pet owner. Never, ever, 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 ever feed your dogs these godforsaken cakes. There are multiple lawsuits going on against them for these being extremely dangerous. I fed my dog one on his first birthday, and it resulted in a $300 vet bill. I'm so lucky that there wasn't any damage to his internal organs, but he did have tears in his stomach, and he was bleeding out of his rectum. Again, multiple lawsuits, multiple recalls, and Petco, Feeder Supply, PetSmart, all of those places still sell these. I don't want to show the photos, but if you look up pup pie lawsuit, pup pie recall, it'll show up. But this is insane.
So she's claiming there are multiple lawsuits because people claim that the pup pie from the Lazy Dog Cookie Company, it's shredding up their dog's innards. What are these, like radial arm saw blades? What little minis? What are these things?
I mean, I know there's special materials you have to put in dog food to make it like a cake or a pie or whatever, but like what ended up in there that would shred a dog's innards? I don't get it.
I don't know, but I wonder if we have anyone listening that had any issue with. What'd you find, Fester?
So there was a voluntary so everything that I see on social media, MJ, I kind of second guess. But there's a voluntary recall that they issued, looks like in 2023, where there might have been some illnesses, no confirmed illnesses linked to the consumption of the product. It's, it sounds like she's putting out some pretty aggressive comment or content. I mean, where's there a rash of dogs doing butt bleedings after eating these pies? And what these pies are, MJ, I'm looking at photos of them. It's like and like my dog, Mabel, is coming up on her first birthday, and we're talking like, are you going to have a birthday party for the dog?
Yeah.
It's like a pre-made cake for the dog. So it's a dog food cake.
One would think it would be like adorable, right?
Yeah.
But then until it rips their innards out.
Look how cute this is, right? I mean, look, he cuts up in little slices.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
So heads up on the pup pie. So
what the hell is she doing over there?
What's going on? What is happening?
Oh, jeez.
What is happening?
Oh, I'm getting Denise.
Right. Are you familiar with the Saturday Night Live segment Dunice?
Yes.
Yes. The Dunice hands. It was on the 50th SNL.
Don't stick it in my. Stop.
That was very stealth.
I'm getting Denise.
Oh.
Stop.
So Michelle, are those Chloe's Dunice hands?
Yeah, Michelle just snuck up behind me.
Yes, they are.
Michelle just snuck up. It was on MJTV, so if you're watching MJTV, then you saw it. Michelle had the little Denise hands from Saturday Night Live.
Do you have one that is in the middle finger?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Ew!
That literally was just up MJ's nose.
It's okay. I don't care. I'll share anything.
Oh,
with
then
him.
what'd you do with it?
I put it in my nose.
Stuck it up his nose.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Stop.
So,
Okay, Elon Musk Jr. over there.
all right. So Chloe has the little Denise hands, and Michelle brought him in because you were going to bring him in on Monday after this Saturday Night Live 50 anniversary special, but Chloe had these at the state attorney's office.
Yeah, it's appropriate for the workplace.
I know.
Chloe had her little Denise hands at the state attorney's office.
She's your daughter.
At her desk. And Michelle on Sunday night, Michelle says, hey, Chloe, bring me the Denise hands. I've learned this after the fact, right? So Michelle said to Chloe, give me the Denise hands. And Chloe says, they're at my office on my desk. And Michelle's like, why the hell are the little mini Denise hands at the state attorney's office on your desk?
You know, decoration or when she needs a little break.
So I guess you had Chloe bring them in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just got Michelle sneaking up behind me, and she just put the little Denise hands all over my face like
I couldn't quite see where I was hitting, so I hope, did I poke you in the eye?
I think you might have. Yeah.
You okay?
Oh, Michelle, it would have been out of camera range, but you didn't rub my crotch with the little Denise hands.
Yeah,
I might get a
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
we have guests in the studio.
You would have looked huge.
That's true.
Goodness. Okay.
I'm just saying.
You're just saying what?
You want to feel better about yourself? Date a woman with smaller hands.
Wow.
Do I lie?
Oh, what the hell's the matter with you? All right, let's see. I gotta. Oh, Pete Alonso, who is a Plan High School graduate, right? And he's really done well in Major League Baseball. You know who Pete Alonso is?
Oh yeah. I have no idea who Pete Alonso is.
Come on, Pete Alonso was whacked in the face. First baseman, New York Mets.
Oh yeah, the whacked in the face guy.
So, listen to me. I just saw there's a local, celebrity here. So he signed a contract extension. So I guess they didn't come up with a longer term deal. But Pete Alonso from South Tampa, he signed a bridge deal, $54 million 2-year deal. Not
Dang.
bad for a little bridge deal, huh?
We're not going to give you a big contract, but we'll give you $26 million a year for 2 years.
But he was beamed in the face. Yeah, with a ball. Yeah, suffered a scary injury while playing first base during spring training. That's over in, Port St. Lucie, where the Mets spring train. And I just wanted, I saw the story. I'm like, Pete Alonso. A lot of people know Pete Alonso from, being a Tampa resident and a Plant High School baseball player and graduate. And I remembered, Do you remember he's the dude that his whole truck flipped over in South Tampa in an intersection?
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So this is...
I mean, there's video footage of him getting up and walking off.
Yeah. So what are you talking about? Oh, the injury.
So this is
spring training, yes.
This is the immediate aftermath. He got beamed in the face. You see the medical staff coming out to attend to him. And then after like 30 seconds of on the ground, he's like, all right, get back, everybody. I'm getting up. And then he walks into the dugout maybe for some more evaluation.
But he got beamed in the face, but he came back out later, so I guess he's okay. But this reminded me that back in 2022, in fact, it was Sunday, March 13th, 2022, because I found the old story. He was driving on Manhattan and somebody T-boned him. And his pickup truck flipped over.
Ugh.
And he was upside down in a smashed pickup truck after he got T-boned. And it was at Euclid and Manhattan in South Tampa. So that's right by the Jan Platt Library areas, right in that vicinity right there. And so, he's had a couple of interesting accidents.
Yeah.
Beamed in the face at spring training, and then the truck flip over. He was like upside down, had to climb out of the vehicle.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that, but he was in a rollover T-bone crash on Manhattan and Euclid in South Tampa.
So that was also during spring training time.
That's right near Tanner Paints, where they are now.
The truck flipped over 3 times.
Is that what are you reading this?
According to the AI version of the story, but yeah.
The truck flipped over 3 times after being hit by another driver who ran a red light.
He was leaving his house to drive to Mets minicamp in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah. And I think his wife was behind him in another vehicle.
Yeah, she was following him.
And the wife saw a vehicle blow the light at Euclid and Manhattan, and bam! I mean, just plowed into him and flipped. And witnesses apparently said that his car flipped 3 times.
His poor wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but can you imagine? You see this happen, you're like, oh my God, my $100 million Met ball player husband is just rolling, and luckily he's uninjured. But until you can ascertain that, can you imagine what was going through her head as she's behind, as he gets T-boned and starts rolling and flipping upside down?
That's horrible.
That is insane. Oh, guess what? NASA has just updated the asteroid smash into planet Earth in 2032. Yeah. Breaking news on the MJ Morning Show.
Who's working at NASA anymore? Did they fire everybody? Like in the last week?
Mm-hmm.
Did they let everybody go?
All right, are you ready for the latest?
Yes.
NASA has now... Breaking news from the MJ Morning Show. NASA has now lowered the risk of the planet being smashed by the asteroid in December of 2032.
Oh, well, good.
This is all over the freaking road. I mean, the last week it went from 1% to 2% to 2.6 to 3 Yesterday we were at 3.1%, and now it's been lowered. It's been cut in half. Now it's back down to a 1.5% chance of the asteroid. The 2024 YR4. Sounds like some kind of new Toyota model, doesn't it?
It does.
The YR4.
Actually, it's what Elon Musk named his last child.
YR4.
Close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really need a daily update on this?
Yeah, so
No.
NASA now announced that the space rock has a 1 in 67 chance of smashing into the planet in 7 years, or a 1.5% chance. And guess what? Now they're saying that as time goes on and the analysis continues, it's not unlikely that it's going to go to a 0% chance of the planet getting smashed by the asteroid.
Glad we're all going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, hold on. But next week it'll be up to 12% chance.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But as long as it goes back down to 0%, like right before it gets here,
yes,
we're okay.
All right. This is pretty startling news because this is a big local employer. Outback is laying off 17% of their corporate staff. That is a big number.
Yeah, it is.
So Bloomin' Brands, Outback, the headquarters right at the entrance to International Plaza.
Yeah.
Right at West Shore and at Boy Scout. When you pull into International Plaza, if you're on West Shore and you're heading straight into International Plaza, look at the building across the street to the left, and you'll see the Bloomin' Brands logo up there. And that's the parent company of Outback and Carrabba's and Bonefish and Fleming's. And they're laying off 17% of the corporate jobs in Tampa.
That's pretty crazy that it's like corporate. Like, that's really serious when they start doing that with corporate people.
100 employees thereabout. So somewhere around 100 employees who work for the Bloomin' Brands Restaurant Support Center here in Tampa. And I guess a notice was filed on February 20th, which was yesterday.
That sucks.
I feel bad because those are some good paying jobs as well.
And hard to get, I'd imagine. They're high level, so it's like you don't get that by accident.
Yeah. And they're hoping that with these layoffs and administrative changes that Bloomin' Brands is going to save about $22 million a year. Oh, and there's going to be a one-time severance, so they're expecting to pay out about $7.5 million in a one-time severance and other termination benefits.
$7.5 million across how many people?
100 people?
Almost 100.
So
but I'm sure it's not going to be equally distributed.
No.
I'm sure it's going to be different people, maybe years of service or whatever on how much severance you're getting.
What, the executive with that big golden parachute gets $7 million of it, and the rest 99 has
that's
to
what I was
split up the
thinking.
other $500,000?
Yeah.
Let's see how that works out. But that's a lot of blooming onions.
It's
man.
a lot of blooming onions.
It's a lot.
And you got a lot of people that are probably blooming blindsided.
Yes.
You know?
I have to do something real quick.
Yes.
Chloe just texted us.
What?
We have to do a shout out to a listener.
Oh, God.
Assistant Vanessa, who works with Chloe. Hello. Thank you for listening. Loyal listener, I guess, and is listening right now.
Assistant Vanessa, who's listening right now.
Yes.
We have to say hello, shout out to another one of Chloe's coworkers.
Yes. Sorry.
At the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office.
You're a good mom.
Aww.
Shout out.
We're all doing our best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be flying later today.
Yes.
I've been traveling to see my father a little more because he's 82 and he's,
Sure.
Did I ever mention my dad's coded 3 times?
No.
Did I?
Well, not in the last 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I mention that on the air?
So his dad is, how old's your dad now?
82.
Yeah,
I just said that.
Okay.
So my dad's 82.
He has 82-year-old man issues.
Went to his 82nd birthday
But
back
did he
in
code 3 times?
He coded 3 times.
Yeah.
And he collapsed on the floor in my parents' master bedroom. My mom is doing CPR going, staying alive, staying alive. So
be glad she didn't do another one bites the dust.
And then my brother races there. So my brother's a physician, and my mom was doing chest compressions, and my brother races there because he lives about 5 minutes away. And he's running red lights, driving over medians to get there. And my brother arrives, and then right behind him, the Fort Lauderdale Fire and Rescue, and they revive my dad. And since then, he's had 2 other episodes, one in the hospital. And so, he seems to be rebounding a little bit, but I've been going to see him more often.
Sure.
So I'm going to fly out later today, and I'm going to be catching. Was that once a jingle? Catch the Spirit on Spirit Airlines? Was that once a Catch the Spirit on Spirit Airline? What is it?
Did you dream that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but it sounds familiar at the same time.
You're making it up.
No, I don't think. Hey, go to YouTube. I think they once had a jingle.
Spirit.
Catch the Spirit on Spirit Airlines. See if that's a Spirit TV commercial. See if that's a jingle. For whatever reason. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, and this is not a fear of mine, but guess which Google search has completely and totally spiked in the last month or so.
Plane crashes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
But specifically, is it safe to fly? The number of actual searches, people Googling, is it safe to fly?
Oh, God. I'm flying today, too. I don't want to know this.
Has been spiking. Yeah. Andrew, did you find the jingle?
Yeah.
Andrew, do you think you have it queued up? All right, roll it. Let me hear it. Go ahead.
Maybe winter here, but it's still summer where Spirit Airlines flies. From Newark, there's new service to Orlando.
Right.
Or choose Fort Lauderdale and Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
From Islip, fly to Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Tampa, or West Palm Beach.
Yay.
From LaGuardia,
Tampa.
fly to Fort Lauderdale, Melbourne, and Myrtle Beach. Florida fares from only $69 and Myrtle Beach from only $61. Call your travel agent or Spirit Airlines at 1-800-772-7117.
Catch the spirit of Spirit Airlines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I remember that.
There you go. I'm not making it up. What do you think? I'm hallucinating over here?
I mean, I did for a second, but
By the way, that was a 1999 Spirit Airlines commercial.
Do you think Spirit Airline uses the same phone number?
Yeah, from 1999, their phone number was 800-772-7117. You want me to try?
Yeah, let's see if they
Hang
still
on,
have the
let's
same
see
number.
1-800-772-7117. Let's see if it's still Spirit Airlines.
Thanks for calling Spirit.
Oh,
Para español,
Hey.
marque el número 9.
I remember when I was a
nueve.
kid, there used to be a Best Western jingle. What was it? 1-800-528-1234. Best Western. Was it 1-800-528? I think it was. Hang on a minute.
You're going to have to prove it to me because I can't remember any of these.
1-800-528-1234. Best Western. I wonder if that's still Best Western.
Thank you for calling Best Western.
No, look.
Para español, por
See?
favor, oprima
Look at that,
8
look at
to
that.
make a new reservation.
It's
Or
still, it's 1-800-528-1234. Best Western. Look at that.
Why are you dancing around?
Oh,
like
I love
that?
the little dances. It
It's a
makes me
catchy-
crack up.
It's a catchy jingle.
It's a very catchy jingle.
Okay, but back to our story.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you just simply go to Google and you type in, is it
Safe to
no,
fly.
No.
Oh, what?
Is it SA? It already, you know how it populates.
Oh, it already finishes it for you?
Safe to fly right now is the top choice.
Yeah, yep.
Safe to fly is the second one. And then safe to travel to Mexico right now is the third one.
I'll tell you right now, you'll get murdered in Mexico.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
By a drug cartel.
A few lines down, is it safe to eat McDonald's now?
Why is it? Oh, because they had the
recall, yeah.
Yeah, they had the issue. What they have? They had the E. coli deal. Was that it?
Yeah,
with the onions.
The
Remember the
onions.
onions?
Yeah, the onion.
On the quarter pounder.
But you know, it populates already, so a lot of people are searching. Is it safe to fly?
Well, guess what hits TV apparently on Sunday?
What?
The Baldwins.
Oh,
God.
I am so looking forward to this.
I am so not looking forward to this.
Buster, do you already have it like lined up to TiVo, record?
I will. You know, I steal some a friend of mine's YouTube TV, but I'll have to put it in my favorites. I had the little plus sign, so I record them all.
Yeah, I believe the premiere episode is coming up this Sunday of The Baldwins. Yeah, arriving Sunday on TLC. And The Baldwins follows 66-year-old Alec Baldwin and 41-year-old pathological liar Hilaria. And the reason why I call her, I mean, because it's the whole fake Spanish accent deal.
See. That's no bueno.
It's no bueno, 100% no bueno.
No bueno at all.
She's been perpetuating because she wants to be like this chic European.
Yeah.
And somehow she's mentally contorted herself into thinking that she was born in Spain. She was born in freaking Massachusetts.
Yes.
Her mother was a doctor. Her father was a lawyer. They're all from Massachusetts, and she perpetuated this lie, and even went as far to I mean, this is like sociopathic.
Yeah, there's something wrong in the noggin if you're doing this, for
where,
real.
Where she like told people she was from Spain and even adopted this accent. Listen, we've got. Hey, Andrew, put the Ilaria stuff up like on the Today Show where she asked how to say cucumber in English.
¿Cómo se dice?
Are you serious?
Oh, you never heard this?
No.
Oh my God! All right, put that on 18. Put that on soundbar page 18. Holy crap! So,
how do you say in your country cucumber?
In your what?
Yes.
In your country,
Cucumber.
and you were born in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, yes.
Girl,
Yeah,
bye.
Hey, listen to the story. This is from the Today Show a couple of years back.
We have how do you say it? Cucumbers.
Wait, play that again.
We have how do you say it? Cucumber?
So she was making a dish. Ilaria Baldwin was with the Today Show people,
While
like
speaking
Al
perfect
Roker,
English.
Right.
and she's asking, how do you say cucumbers?
Unbelievable.
That's her.
We have
She's going over the ingredients for the recipe that she was cooking, and there was a bowl of chopped up cucumbers, and she was pretending like she didn't immediately know what cucumbers was in English, but she even says cucumbers.
And she sounds like a value. How do you say cucumbers?
No, that's sort of her Spanish fake accent. Listen.
My husband hates cebolla.
Onions.
I forgot it. Okay. Cebolla. So he hates cebolla, and so I grind cebolla and ajo together.
Okay, now you're gonna make me mad.
All right, but now that's another one. Now she's like almost stumbles and doesn't know the name for onions on this one. Here, one more time on that one.
My husband hates cebolla.
Onions.
I forgot it. Okay.
Cebolla.
So the other person is the prompter. So she's faking like she doesn't know what onions are in English.
Me no comprende vegetables.
And then how do you say the cucumber?
we have how do you say it? Cucumbers.
I don't like her at all.
Yeah.
She's annoying me.
All right, so Michelle, you did a little research on her. I mean, the whole family's from Massachusetts. But what was she saying about the nuclear family? She did an interview just recently addressing the whole, fake Spanish accent and pretending to be born in Spain.
Right. She said her nuclear family lives in Spain now.
No.
What?
But her family, her mother and father practiced as a lawyer and doctor in Massachusetts for like 40 plus years. They're born there. They live there.
Her father even tweeted back in 2015 that there is not one iota of Latin blood in him.
As
And
a real
she's
life
like,
Puerto Rican, I understand it's cool to be Latina, but you don't see me walking around with a fake accent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I get it. I know y'all want to be Latina. It's a cool thing to be, but stop.
See? So I'm watching. They have like
her
2.5 minute sizzle reel right now, MJ, of the first season of the Baldwins
Uh-huh.
on TLC,
No.
and it looks like crap.
So there's a sizzle reel that you found from TLC?
Or a promo reel?
Oh, it went up a day ago on YouTube. This is fresh.
It has 8 million views already because the show's coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
And the first thing they talk about after like the first little introductions
What, is shooting the lady in the face on the movie set?
is shooting the lady in the face on the movie set. You're exactly
Wow.
right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, here, put the audio.
Go, hit it.
Down and up, and there's been, stormy seas, and they've been scared.
And look, here's the rest.
Breaking news right now, we're learning more about a deadly accident on a movie set in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
The hardest thing about this is that a woman.
How do you say gun in English?
Ay.
How do you say my husband? How do you say my husband shot the director of photography in the face?
El
How do you
pisto.
say
See?
el bandito?
See? Alex, no.
Fester, cállate la boca right now.
Listen.
Okay, stop.
No.
See.
All right, I have Michelle. I have no desire to see the Baldwins on TLC.
I think we'll rely on Fester to give us the rundown on Monday.
See?
Yeah, TLC. Hilaria Baldwin. TLC. Total loser crackpot is what TLC stands for.
Yeah, it's not a stretch at all.
Yeah, not at all. 100% natural.
All right.
Flowed right off.
Who's going to watch it? I mean,
You?
yeah.
Is Allison going to watch it with
I'm
you?
not watching this.
I don't know if she's in or out on this. She likes midgets and housewives.
All right, hold on. Andrew.
Those are her reality.
Housewives are great.
Yeah.
Andrew found apparently some lineage for Ilaria Baldwin. And what is her ethnic composition that has been determined, Andrew?
According to Wikipedia, which is never wrong, by the way,
Yeah.
but they do cite the source, English, French-Canadian, German, Irish, and Slovak.
There's no...
Wow.
There's
So why
no
couldn't she have picked one of those?
There's no Spanish at all in her.
Yeah, because what is she going to walk around talking like Conor McGregor?
Who wants to eat that Irish food?
Not quite the same.
All right, Ilaria Baldwin.
Oh, potatoes
And-
again?
Is that even her real name, Ilaria?
I have
No, her
idea.
real name is Hillary.
That's right.
She's adopted a Spanish
That's right.
Because
version.
my grandmother's name was Iladia. So it's like I'm wondering if she's trying to like do a play
Yes,
on that.
she is. That's
So she's
exactly
not
what
even saying it right? Ay, Dios mío. Like, okay.
There you go.
That's annoying.
Mhm.
That's very annoying.
Hang on a sec. I got to do something.
What are you going to do? What's so important you have to do?
No,
right now?
I got to do something.
We got a commercial break coming up in a few minutes.
I got a break right now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This wraps up over an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, we got an hour to go. We have one whole hour to go here on a Friday as we head into the weekend. Coming up in minutes, the creepy neighbor. Also, bad news for Tampa. Sorry. Also, I'm going to lead with this. What the hell is this? Doorknob moments. Do you know what a doorknob moment is?
Mm-mm.
All right, you got to hear this. What is a doorknob moment? Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, 9:02 at the MJ Morning Show. About an hour to go, a little less, on a Friday. And I hate leaving good crap on the table, so you're in for a nice hour here. All right, creepy neighbor, kind of some bad news for Tampa. Celebrity news on the way. Got a Netflix question. Get to that in just a matter of moments here. And I don't want to leave anything on the table that, Fester, you think is crucial or urgent, so make sure you have your list. Michelle, if there's anything that you think we've missed, please jump right on it. The doorknob moment. Michelle and I had a very interesting conversation about this yesterday because you saw the story. You brought this to my attention, and I think we both agreed that people sometimes try too hard to like invent situations or moments, or they invent like a term or a slogan.
Right.
I don't know if it's like turning it into a meme, but
yeah, everything has to have a name,
a label.
Yeah.
A label, or and a lot of it is people are just looking for recognition, looking for a story to go viral, or for a reel or a TikTok, or, labeling something.
Right.
And do you do this? Are you part of the blank blank? So the latest is doorknob moments. And Michelle and I had, like a 10-minute debate on this, and I think we're pretty much in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
All right, describe what a doorknob moment is.
It's when somebody says something really meaningful or impactful, or kind of like dropping a bomb on you as they're like leaving the room, or as you think the conversation is finished. So, we're like, all right, see you later, Riley. Yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, and then we tell you something like, we're getting divorced.
Right. So
see you tomorrow.
Like a drop the mic moment as you're touching the doorknob to leave the room.
Right.
And that's what's called so now it's labeled a doorknob moment. And a psychologist is trying to put forward a dissertation or a thesis that the so-called doorknob moments can derail your relationship. I'll tell you what.
Gee, you think?
Dumbass names can derail your relationship.
Yeah.
Don't be such a doorknob about the whole thing.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I remember one of the jokes when I was a kid. Hey, your mom's like a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. You never heard that?
No.
It's a classic. That's a classic.
Oh, it's like
That's terrible.
Your mom's like a doorknob.
Yeah.
That is really. Why
That's
would
good.
I mean at your age? Why would you be joking around about somebody else's mom like
I remember
that?
every Your Mama joke.
No, honestly, my son's 9 and it's all about Yo Mama jokes.
Yeah.
He comes home crying every week. Mom, they called you fat. And I'm like, kiddo, do you think I'm fat? And he's like, no. I was like, well, then don't worry about those little turds.
Have they recycled the crap like, when your mom sits around the house, she really sits around the house?
Yes. They say all of these horrible things, and it's literally like, where did you learn this, YouTube kids? What?
When your mom backs up, she makes beep, 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 beep sounds.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Some of them are really good jokes.
Some of them aren't bad.
Some of them are really cutting and good.
Doorknob moments can derail. Anyway, Michelle, are we in agreement that this is bogus?
I think somebody just needed to write an article. Like they're getting paid by the word. They're getting paid to come up with something like a catchphrase. And they're like, let me come up with something how some people interact. And then maybe they had the bomb dropped on them as they were exiting a room or something.
They're deflecting.
It's a doorknob moment.
When you said doorknob moment, I thought it was something that would make you immediately leave a room.
Right.
Like, if MJ, you said you started talking about a subject matter or something that I felt so uncomfortable that I was like, you know what? I have to remove myself from the situation for my own mental health.
See?
That's what I thought you were meant.
All right, little bad news for Tampa. We just showed up on the Wallet Hub list of top 10 cities with the most people in financial distress.
Oh, fun.
And Tampa came in at number 8. I hate to be womp, womp. I hate to be Debbie Downer over here, but I mean, this show's a mix of a little bit of everything. Interest rates, high prices, inflation, just money woes that out of the top 10 in the United States where people are having the most financial distress, Tampa falls on the list at number 8. Now, number 1 is Houston, number 2 is Atlanta, number 3 is Jacksonville. What the hell's going on in Jacksonville?
Right?
Whoa, what's not?
Number 4 is Dallas. Number 5 is Charlotte, and we're number 8.
Is it just pick big cities that have? I mean, we just talked about the Outback layoffs a couple of minutes ago.
Guess
right?
what? We got about 100 people at Outback that are all distressed right now. Maybe we jumped up to number 7 or 6 with the Outback news now that they're laying off a whole bunch of executives.
Call Charlotte with the good news that we just jumped them.
Oh, jeez.
Charlotte, we're number 7 now.
I mean, I feel bad if I don't want Tampa to be number 8 on the top 10 financially distressed locations in the country.
Yeah.
But we have beautiful beaches.
That we do.
So, did you look at some of the criteria?
Yeah, I just mentioned.
Okay.
I mentioned, the financial issues, interest rates, high prices, inflation.
But people who have like past due accounts.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's an average.
Yeah.
And, so people with accounts that are past due or in distress, average number of accounts that are problematic.
Ooh.
Bankruptcy, debt. Should we go to the phones here?
No, I don't want to talk to a bunch of people
Is
in
that
sob stories.
Yeah, all right. So
hey, have a great weekend, everybody. By the way, my house is about to get foreclosed on. I feel for you. However,
good point.
And by the way, do you have all your teeth? I had to get it in, Fester.
it's okay. It's just not funny.
I'm just going to say this.
All right.
I've got no interest in the Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito Netflix doc that just came out.
Why not?
I just don't.
Let me tell you, the girl sitting next to me on the airplane the other night was watching it on the flight home.
Are you when you flew, because you and Chloe went away,
right?
And then you came back on Wednesday night,
right?
And on the way back, the woman was watching the Netflix Gabby Petito documentary.
And I have to say, I could see her screen out of the corner of my eye, and I was with you. I was like, do we really need this? Like, it just, dragging out all that.
Yeah, it's been oversaturated.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
But there was information that I saw like flashing on her screen, and I was kind of like, I wonder like how they are putting this together. It was a little intriguing, the bits and parts. They had text messages that they were actually showing you, and I guess she had communicated with other people about her state of mind and how safe she felt.
The Laundrie family, listen, I'm giving no slack to the Laundrie family whatsoever, because of their involvement and maybe not being forthcoming initially regarding where Brian was, etc. All of my thoughts, my heart pours out to the Petito family, Gabby's parents. That is unconditional. The case is awful. I can't believe what Gabby's parents have had to go through. I'm not being drawn to this documentary, which just recently dropped on Netflix.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I watch these true crime, and that's the category I put this in. It's true
and
crime.
by the way, Laundrie's parents have come out and said that there are all kinds of inaccuracies and
of course they did.
Yeah, but listen, I don't put a lot of stock in that.
Yeah, so did OJ when his stuff started coming out. I mean, I'm for watching a 2 or 3 episode true crime drama. I just feel like we're really close to this one because it kind of happened in our area. Like I watched like the Lacey Peterson story, which was I think a fascinating story.
Oh yeah, I've watched that one like 19 times.
I've watched it again and again. Yeah, and I'll watch anything that comes out about that. But this seems so close. Yeah. Have you seen the really crazy weird thing about this particular docuseries?
Yeah, I heard several things. There are claims that there are new revelations and new information. The Laundrie family is saying, no, it's all rehash stuff. And they're also saying that there are inaccuracies and there are lies that are being told.
That's regular crazy stuff.
Right,
I'm asking you if you've heard the really crazy stuff.
Tell me what.
So they read journal entries from Gabby.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
But it's supposed to be in her voice. But she's deceased.
How?
AI.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like
about
that.
20. They use AI technology. There was AI used to recreate Gabby's voice. The outlet, they note 20 minutes into the series, an episode disclaimer pops up noting that journal entries and text messages are brought to life in the series using her own voice, using voice recreation technology.
Yeah, so they used her voice, and then and there are programs out there. There are several programs that if you have a sample of a voice, that you feed it into the AI program, and then you can type in a script, and the AI will recreate the voice. And I've heard several, and they're okay. I haven't heard like absolute direct, like unbelievable matches. Will that technology get better? Most likely. Hey, we even had that sick, twisted Brian Laundrie song. Remember that? Remember the... What was the name of the campground?
Maya Hakachachi.
Yeah,
Maya Hakakuchi or
that
something.
didn't shoehorn in quite well in the song there, did it?
But wait, I have a question for you, Fester, because you mentioned that Scott Peterson, Lacey documentary. There have been several, and you said you went back and watched it. Does any of it ever change your mind?
No, Scott did it. He was a terrible man.
Yeah.
He lied to the other woman who, he deserves to.
Because some of them I feel like that's what they're trying to do is shine a light on like, hey, he didn't do it. There's still like a movement for him to be released and whatever.
I don't feel that way at all. But with this, any Netflix, any series that comes out featuring anything Gabby Petito related, and it does not include that song, is hack work.
Reese is on the phone. Reese apparently watched the Netflix Gabby Petito episodes last night. Reese, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I watched the whole entire 3 episodes all in one night. There are 2 things that stood out to me that we really didn't know much. One was the burn after reading letter from Brian's mother. She said, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I will help you bury a body, if you commit a murder. And it's like, what?
Wait a second. I thought I remembered hearing the burn after reading story. I think I remember hearing that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I guess I'd never heard that part. And then the other part is...
Yeah, I think I did. Hold on. I think I did. Go ahead. What's the other thing?
The FBI had posted up cameras at his house. So how did they lose Brian if they had actual cameras on the street and in the backyard of his home?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they weren't being monitored 24 hours a day. It's just recording.
Right.
But who knows?
Reese, did you like it? Is it worth watching, or is it a lot of rehash?
I mean, I just feel like Brian's parents should be held accountable because they got their son all the way from Utah to Florida.
Yeah, I always felt that way. I give absolutely zero slack to Brian Laundrie's parents. I'll tell you what. You know what made the documentary better? If the producers came to us and said, "Hey, can we get that song?"
Maybe they will.
This should have been in it. Right here, baby.
Sounds like someone's paid their dues. It was Brian Laundrie.
This should have been the opening theme song.
Yes,
absolutely.
No question.
Pick a phone up, dig it to the ground, scoop 'em in a bag, shake 'em all around. In the Mayacahatchee campground, it was Brian Laundrie.
There you go.
All right, Reese, thank you for calling.
Oh, Reese, one last question.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have all your teeth?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
The comedy never ends.
Thank you, Reese. Have
Thank
a great day.
Y'all too. Bye.
Ask somebody if they have their teeth after doing a body dumping story. Great. Yeah, I mean, it never doesn't work.
Listen, my ultimate continued sympathies to Gabby's parents, friends, family, but I just don't know if I'm in a rush to go see the document. Who did the documentary? Is it someone local or someone we know? Or
I don't know.
If we do know them, why the hell didn't they ask? This is the damn. This should be the theme song to it. Absolutely.
I heard this.
They missed the boat on that. I would have granted them full rights.
So it's part of the American Murder series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess they've featured other.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good ones on there.
Yeah, other big
Right.
crimes.
Oh, there might have also been some need to get some clearance from Don Henley on that as well. But, I would have given them full clearance. I speak for Don Henley.
It's a parody song.
It is. Oh,
you
it
don't
is.
need Don Henley.
No, it is. It is a parody song. Hey, you know what story just came rebounding back? And we did this like the end of January or the 1st of February. And it was the Wingstop manager over in Port St. Lucie that threw the hot grease and ranch dressing on a customer after an altercation?
Yeah.
We did this weeks ago, and the story came roaring back yesterday. I don't know but a lot of outlets were like covering this for the very first time, and we had the story like just after it happened.
Is that just the news cycle where the locals will have it right away, but then it takes a couple of days or a week or so to pick up national traction?
Dude, this is the 21st. This is like 3 weeks later.
Okay.
This is not a week. This is 3 weeks later.
A lot of stuff going
Suddenly it's making the national news. And because I pulled the original story that the original story that I have was from January 30th. And it talked about the hot grease and ranch dressing that was thrown on a customer by a crazed manager at a Wingstop in Port St. Lucie. I don't know. Maybe the video was released.
Yeah, maybe something else was released on social or some new information. Who knows?
And maybe the surveillance video inside the Wingstop. But I saw this hit everywhere yesterday. Here we go. Florida fast food manager allegedly throws hot grease and ranch dressing at customers. Shocking video captures Florida Wingstop manager hurling hot grease and ranch at customers during heated skirmish. And all this stuff was like yesterday. I'm like, holy, did this happen again?
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's the same damn lady, same damn Wingstop over in Port St. Lucie. But maybe they released the video.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Hidden Valley Ranch has released a comment on the whole situation. They're very upset that their products were used in this violent fashion.
Okay.
I only use Hidden Valley Ranch as foreplay, so I was kind of.
There's a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
Yes, that's exactly what we say.
There's a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
Didn't they feature that segment for like a nanosecond on the 50th anniversary?
Yes, they did.
I saw Melissa.
Awesome! It's Valley Ranch. HBO. There's a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth. The Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Hidden
ranch party in my mouth.
You know, that $50.
Uh-huh.
That'll get me out of a bunch of jams.
Tell you what.
Tell you what.
I am down for a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
There's a Hidden Valley ranch party in my mouth.
Anytime. You say when and where, and I'll bring the big bottle from Sam's Club and just hose me.
Oh, man. Nothing like a good fast food restaurant situation.
Stop it.
Yeah. That's enough, Fester.
I'm a bigger blue cheese guy, but.
All right, on the celebrity front. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me push this. Next segment, final chunk. I have Justin Bieber news. I have Nicolas Cage. Oh, a shocking Nicolas Cage story. Yeah, and I'm a big Nick Cage fan. Oh, and a big update on the One Direction dude.
The One Direction guy?
We've got a big update on the One Direction dude.
Really, really famous from the band, or the guy that's dead from the band?
The guy that fell off the balcony in South America, the Liam Payne. There's a big update on that story. We'll get to that in just a bit. Oh, I'm going to be flying later today.
I haven't heard that today on the show.
But people want to know, am I going to use this lady's nostril trick? All right, so I will address the nostril trick while flying also in the final segment of the MJ Morning Show. Listen, a lot to cram in. I hate leaving good stuff on the table, and that's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey.
Barbara Streisand.
It is 9:28 on a Friday. You know me, I hate leaving good stuff on the table. Listen, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I hate leaving good stuff on the table. So you can imagine, I hate leaving good stuff on the table on a Friday because then you're stewing on it all weekend long, and I can't have that.
For sure.
No, I cannot have that. All right, a couple things. Yes, I am flying later today, and people have been hitting me up left and right. Am I going to do the Neosporin trick on my nostrils?
What the heck is this?
All right, so Michelle, you heard this a long time ago, or was it? Remember the
now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Neosporin nostril trick.
Right. Some nurses shared with you that the doctors that work in either like the ER or the OR, they will put Neosporin up their nose while they're in that environment because I guess the belief is when you breathe in some bacteria, that the Neosporin or antibacterial will
kill it immediately.
Either that or it provides like a
barrier.
Yeah. Right, to get to get into like your mucus membrane.
That makes sense,
right?
I also saw something about hydrogen peroxide that you're supposed to clean your nose out with that because all the microbials or whatever the word is for it get up in your nose and that's where it starts.
All right, well, listen to this audio. Listen to this woman. She recommends, polysporin, which sounds like Neosporin to me.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I think she's like talking about a Target brand, and of course, Walmart has their Equate brand of, their triple antibacterial ointment. But is there a fly in the ointment?
Oh God!
Hold on. Is there a fly in the ointment? I want to bring this up. Let me play this woman. So this reel popped up, and I mentioned this a couple of times, and I haven't played this audio yet.
Okay, so I'm at Target picking up some last-minute things before our flight tomorrow, but I want to tell you my number one hack for us staying healthy when we fly is this. It's polysporin. Okay, it may sound silly, but I had a chiropractor tell me this years ago, that if you take polysporin and apply it to a Q-tip and then line the inside of your nose with it, there is zinc and other active ingredients in here that will kill bacteria before it gets to you if you're on an airplane, like an enclosed space, and this will save you. It keeps you from drying out, it keeps you from getting all that icky stuff that's in an airplane, but she swore by it. I've used it on all of our trips with all of our kids every time we fly, and I could not recommend it more. But get polysporin, put it on a Q-tip, line your inner nostril. I do it for the kids. They survive. It's fine. Feels a little weird, but highly, highly, highly recommend this if you're flying.
All right, couple things here. First of all, most of the heebie-jeebies that you get are not bacterial.
Right.
Most of them are viral.
Right.
So that is not going to have an effect on a virus. So that's one of the flies in the so-called ointment here. Now, as far as having a barrier or, you're not plugging it. I just don't know,
But she did mention she's trying to mitigate like the dryness of the nose. And before we had learned this,
right.
There was a product sold that was like a Vaseline type of product that you could put up your nose because you do get dry on an airplane. That's one of the things they say, that you get dehydrated. That's why you shouldn't drink alcohol and you should drink more water.
The humidity level on the airplane is fairly low, and you can listen. I'm going to the Philippines. I got a 14-hour flight from LAX to Taipei, and then Taipei down to Manila is another chunk of time. But I got a 14-hour flight.
So 3 tubes of Neosporin for you? I'm marking it down.
Right, so listen to this. That audio, that woman that was just speaking there, she has an account on Instagram, and I forgot exactly what it was. It was like Mommy Hacks, and she's got a lot of followers, and she does these mommy hacks. She's blowing my ass out of the water as far as followers.
Yeah, because she has interesting stuff.
Can I get like 8 Can I get 8 charity followers right now on Instagram, please?
She's begging.
Yeah.
Ain't no shame.
All I want to get is like 8 new followers on Instagram right now. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. You can see Michelle with the breadstick at Olive Garden in her mouth.
God.
You can see the unfortunate cup lineup at the deli in South Tampa the other day.
That was actually funny.
All right. Yeah, you see that?
Yes.
Oh, man. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. All right, so this woman, this mommy hack on Instagram, so I respond to her video in the comments section, and I guess a lot of people liked it because all kinds of people were liking my comment, and then she even responds to me.
Ooh,
this
look at
lady
you.
with like hundreds of thousands of followers, I'm struggling to get to 25,000. So Mommy Hacker responds to me. And I have a wise ass response. So she's got this whole video about she's in Target. She's showing the polysporin, put this up your nose. It'll kill the bacteria, blah, blah, blah. If you're traveling on an airplane. So I wrote back something to the effect, yeah, here's my hack for traveling. I use, and I forgot exactly what I said, but I use San Marzano tomatoes, 93 octane gasoline, and crushed Fruity Pebbles, and I jammed that up my nose, and she loved it. She's like,
she did good.
Yeah. Oh, she gave me like the clapping hands and all that stuff, and then all kinds of people respond. Oh, what line? Line 5? All right, hold on a minute. Andrew is telling me that Lori is back on the phone. Remember the woman that said she was taking a nursing exam?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, was this yesterday or was this
Might have been a couple
Wednesday?
days ago.
When was this?
It was day before yesterday because we talked about.
Oh, I thought.
Did we talk about
No, it was
yesterday?
I think we talked about yesterday.
Nursing scores being down?
Or Tuesday.
I had a story this week about a lot of people in Florida are failing their nursing exam.
We did talk to a nurse.
Yeah,
yesterday.
and then Lori called in, and Lori was actually taking her nursing exam. Lori, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, how are you?
All right, Lori, so what day did we speak to you?
We spoke on Wednesday.
Gotcha. All right, so Wednesday we spoke, and it was because of the story that Florida was having a high failure rate on the state nursing exam, correct?
Correct.
And you called up and you said that you were taking your exam later that day?
It was the next day. So yesterday, Thursday at 1 o'clock.
All right, so you took your nursing exam, and this is for you to become a registered nurse?
That is correct, an RN, yes.
All right, Lori, please share with the audience the results of your nursing exam.
I passed.
All right.
I am officially an RN. I have a license number from the Florida Board of Nursing and everything.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
And do you have a job lined up?
Yes, I actually have a job. I'll be working for HCA South Shore Hospital in Sun City.
Oh, that's fantastic. And, man, RNs can make good money.
Indeed, absolutely. It's not a bad second career in life, that's for sure.
You know, I have heard RNs can do 6 figures.
Easily, yeah.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of opportunity there as far as specialty and travel nursing as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely fantastic. Lori, I am so happy for you. And,
Thank you.
yeah, keep in touch. Keep listening, okay?
Absolutely. I sent an email because I wasn't sure I was going to be able. I was taking my father to a doctor's appointment. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to call in before the show ended.
Wow.
So I did send you an email that actually shows the proof that I passed. And just a little side note about how I first started listening to you back in the 90s.
Oh, that's awesome.
You took your dad to a doctor's appointment? I mean, you're an RN now. You couldn't just look at it yourself?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
I'm looking at your email right now. You sent it at 8:43, so about an hour ago you sent this, and I see
That was
it.
right after I found out, yes,
Yep,
that I had passed.
The subject line is, I passed my NCLEX-RN exam.
Correct.
Congratulations, Lori. And
Thank you so much.
one last question. Do you have all your teeth?
I do have all of my teeth.
That's
I got a
fantastic.
crown
That's
or
what
two
they
on
love
top
it.
of some ones that I had a root canal, but they are all mine.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on two fronts. All right, Lori, have a great weekend and congrats.
Thank you, MJ. You guys have a great weekend, too.
You too. That's fantastic.
That's really cool.
It is. All right. Celebrity news.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's not really good today. Well, so there are reports that Justin Bieber's all depressed.
Again?
Yeah, so
I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, yeah.
there's a report that Justin Bieber's all depressed because he feels like he's being exploited by all his friends.
Oh.
Okay, look, I am not denying the fact that Justin Bieber's been through a lot emotionally, whatever, and I don't ever deny that journey for anybody. But when are you going to be happy, bruh? You have a beautiful wife, you have a baby, you have millions of dollars, like glass half full, friend.
His wife is kicking. All right, so, but also, was he molested by P. Diddy,
Yes, there's that. I didn't say yes to I'm just saying
that's a
that.
big question. Pop superstar Justin Bieber is in a very difficult period right now. Sources are saying that he's depressed and angry after finding financial discrepancies tied to former friends and longtime associates that he was totally exploited, which means he thinks that they ripped him off sideways,
Right.
And he's going through this tough time right now. And these are former friends and people that have worked with him for over a decade.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, that's the reason why most celebrities have, like, their high school friends as, like, their managers because they've been around for so long. But a decade, that's not a short amount of time.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of discrepancies are showing up in the books. They're doing some forensic accounting right now. And a lot of Michelle, you're an accounting major.
Hope he's not broke. Like MC Hammer, we just did that story earlier this week. How, people glom on, they have an entourage, and suddenly all that money's being blown out, and he hasn't really produced anything lately.
He might have to now,
right? And he the last tour he was on, I think he cut short because he was not feeling well.
He had that facial disease, muscle weakness disease.
So I mean, to Raleigh's point, you got to feel sorry for.
Oh, that's
kid.
right. He had the the Bell's palsy, right?
Right. Yeah.
Didn't he have? I want to reach out to Justin Bieber. Justin, if you need a friend, I'm here for. So what do you give me looks for?
I'm a big fan of the Golden Girls theme song.
Same.
Yes.
By the way, that was the original song. That was not the one from the TV show. Was a different artist singing.
Yeah, I don't know that I heard this version of it before.
Well, that's the original. That's Andrew Gold. He's the one that originally did the song that they stole it from him for the Golden Girls.
I don't know that I've ever heard that version of the song, the original. I've always heard the one on TV and with more horns and the dun dun dun.
Oh wow, you're a big fan. More horns and all that.
Back in the day, Rue McClanahan was on the list.
Do you remember back in the day at MGM where they had like the set of the Golden Girls house on one of those rides? It was like one of those backstage. It was at MGM or was it
like a Universal Studios or something? Had like the
they had this set in the back.
They did like a fake lot tour or something. And it was like the scene of the Golden Girls, and I'm like, I would take Rose down on that couch.
Oh, whoa!
Oh yeah.
Are you saying that Rue McClanahan was Spank Bank for you?
Okay, that's. You don't
Happy
know
Friday.
You're not using the term correctly.
And you're not going to believe this. You are not going to freaking believe this. Andrew, turn your microphone on. Andrew, the producer, what did you just say in my ear?
Today is Rue McClanahan's birthday.
What?
Or would have been.
Yes. That's one in 365 chances, right? Is that how that works? That is and she would have been, 196?
Yes.
Chewy.
Rue McClanahan's birthday is today.
Cobwebs in that.
February.
I'm so
She would be
sorry.
She would be 91 today.
Oh, that's young.
Yes.
Stop it, both of you.
Mind you, she died in 2010, but today is her 91st birthday.
Well, happy would-be birthday to Rue McClam. They're all gone, right? All the Golden Girls?
Yes.
Yeah, Betty was the last one.
Betty was the last one.
Yeah, and she was 90. Remember, People Magazine jinxed her.
Mm-hmm.
Because People Magazine put out the 100th birthday cover, and it came out just before she died at 99.
I loved her.
Yeah, I like them all. But I heard B. Arthur was a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's what made her hot.
Yeah.
Ew, B. Arthur?
Yeah, man.
No, there ain't nothing hot about that. Cool, intelligent, snarky, maybe hot.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'd run it through.
All right.
Oh my God. Okay, enough.
All
I
right,
can't.
Bester.
All right,
Yeah, no issues with me.
Celebrity story number...
Maud?
Celebrity...
All right.
You've got something wrong with you.
Celebrity story number 2. Nick Cage, his ex sues him and Nick's son for assault.
What? Which ex?
This is Christina Fulton.
Okay.
I don't. Who is she?
The only one I remember is Lisa Presley.
Didn't he marry somebody that was, or is this a movie that he married a waitress?
No,
that-
he did. She was 19, 20 years old. He met her once, married her like 3 weeks later, and I don't know how long it lasted, but yeah.
Nicolas Cage is being sued by one of his exes, Christina Fulton, after their son, Weston Cage, allegedly physically assaulted her last year.
And they're just now pressing
Yeah,
charges?
Fulton, 57, filed a lawsuit in Superior Court in L.A.
Yeah,
on Wednesday after both Cages claiming Nicholas, 61, allegedly enabled Weston's behavior prior to the attack. So it doesn't seem like Nicholas actually put his hands on her, but he's getting sued because he enabled...
How old is the son?
34 years old.
What the heck is this? That is such a bogus thing to
Yeah, I
do.
don't
You can't enable somebody to hit somebody else.
At 34.
Right.
So in July of 24, Weston was arrested following the incident.
Anyway,
now she's suing.
I like Nick Cage. Nick Cage is one of my favorite actors. You know, he's got so
He's
many...
a quirky guy. Did you know that he has mausoleums in New Orleans for his future deaths of his family, that he's just saving the plots there?
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're like big pyramids.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
And we have an update on the One Direction singer Liam Payne, who fell off that balcony down, that were tied to his death, have been dropped.
Oh.
Because some people were arrested like very quickly. Like they were taking this very seriously here in South America.
The charges against Payne's friend Roger Norris, along with Neil, who claims he killed Osama bin Laden, is opening up a pot shop in New York.
Like a brick and mortar place?
Yeah. So Robert Neal, decorated ex-Navy hotshot who fired the bullets that killed Osama bin Laden, is the owner of a new cannabis firm called Operator Canaco.
Cute name.
And it'll be licensed in New York to sell marijuana. He said, I wanted to get into the cannabis business through my experience in the military and watching vets suffer from things like post-traumatic stress disorder is, one of the things. Said it's a good way to take the edge off. It helps to get rid of the noise. Operator. That's the name of, I guess, what? Is that a play on, as a Navy SEAL, he was an operator?
Yes.
Or I don't know.
Or he worked for the phone company. I don't know.
Yeah.
Worked
for information.
Please make a note of it.
That was his interim job?
Yeah. So getting into the pot business. What time is? Oh man, it's 9:48. We gotta roll. Is there anything that I left on the table? Is there anything that I teased that I didn't get to? I think I paid everything off.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good stuff that I just can't get to, but we'll obviously pick up with that on Monday. Hopefully my Spirit flights back and forth will be successful.
As opposed to...
So hopefully I will make a return on Monday.
Stop.
As opposed to a Toronto-style rollover?
Will you stop?
What are you saying? Hopefully it's going to be successful.
I'm being vague and you're like being descriptive.
What exactly do you mean, sir?
All right, listen, my Spirit Airlines flights have been very good. In fact, I will say right now that all of my Spirit Airlines pilots have been strong. That I've had I don't think I've had a bad Spirit landing. I think all of my Spirit landings have been solid. I've some nice landings on Spirit. All right. Oh, I got to, hold on. Let me check in. Let me see if my spirit trick's going to work.
What's your spirit trick?
Yeah, I don't, I never pay for a seat, and I always get a good seat.
Oh, you got to teach me that one.
He never pays for the upgrade. He buys a seat, and then he strategically...
What? No, I don't buy the seat.
No, you buy a ticket.
I buy a ticket, but I don't pay the extra fee to select the seat. So right now, it says check in for my flight, which is later today, but I don't check in because the minute you check in, it randomly assigns you a seat. So right now, I'm going to update the flight, update the trip. Now I'm going to click on add seats. I'm doing this right now on the app, and I see right now that... I might have been too late because right now only exits. All right, hold on.
You're going to be back by the potty.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let me check. No, all the seats are taken. But let me see if it's going to assign me a. Let me see if it's going to assign me a seat. Let me check in, and because sometimes it'll say you have to check in at the airport. Because I've been doing the show, so I might have missed.
Right.
I might have missed the sweet spot. All right, I'm checking in. Hang on a minute. Checking in. Continue. Not selecting a seat. I'm not buying a seat. Continue. I'm not buying carry-on. I'm not buying Wi-Fi. Blah, blah, blah. All right, hang on a minute. Continue. No Wi-Fi. Yes, continue.
This could all be done after the show.
Hang on. I'm trying to see.
I asked him.
Yes, I'm trying to see what I end up with, and I hope I don't get the...
I'll see you guys Monday.
I'm checked in. Now view my boarding pass. Where the hell am I?
Dun, dun, dun.
Where am I? Where am I? Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, dang. I'm sorry.
C agent.
Oops.
Yeah, I
Bring a cane.
I was doing the show and I missed the window.
Fester, do you have the cane in your car?
Dang show.
Yes, I have my hurricane.
Yeah, I missed the window. Oh, son of a. All right, so I got to see the agent.
Boo.
All right, folks, have a great weekend. And if you want to follow my exploits at my parents' house, hit up my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, or Monday, rather, on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
This year, the magic is calling you like never before. The Bay Area Renaissance Festival.